Hello, dear ones, and welcome. It's Maverick Mystic here with the Spiritual Society. Today's reading, we're going to be looking at the next 6 months, see what's in store for you, and to see what kind of insights we can gain and how we can support you with what's coming for you in the next 6 months. Okay, so we have, as you see here, 4 piles in front of you. I'd love you to go ahead and choose one of these piles in just a moment, but please join me now in just arriving in this space, taking a nice deep breath, tuning into gratitude, tuning into joy, love, appreciation. Appreciation for you. Thank you for choosing me and trusting me, Maverick Mystic, for this reading here today. For you, take a nice deep breath. Arrive, settle in, allow the troubles of the day to fade away. Tune into your intuition and remember that it's our mission here at the Spiritual Society to help guide you, to unblock your energy so that you can live your most aligned life, most empowered life. So go ahead and choose from pile 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we shall begin. Hello and welcome, pile number 1, to this your reading. The next 6 months, what's in store for you. All right, let's begin with the anchoring card that will help you to identify whether or not this is the right pile for you. And we're going to start with your current situation, where you find yourself at the moment, and we will then move forward in time for 6 months and see what we have. Okay, so we can look at this card, and this card represents, as I said, your present situation. And with the Knight of Pentacles, we see that we have a very determined figure here, really focused on this sturdy horse. So there's certain elements and symbology that we can explore within this card. Okay, so we can see that the knight is dressed in armor, signifying there's protection there, a sort of readiness for the journey ahead. Okay, I think he holds the pentacle here firmly in his hands, symbolizing a sort of practical, grounded approach to life's endeavors. And the landscape behind him is fertile. It's green. It's also calm as well, indicating a sense of potential for growth and for success. Okay, and it really represents a person who is dependable, hardworking, also methodical, and this knight is slow and steady, preferring the sort of sure path over those quick wins, we could say. With the pentacle, okay, it symbolizes that material aspect of life, including career, finances, also health, and sort of tangible achievements, we could say. With the horse reflecting sort of movement and progress, but also with the Knight of Pentacles, I think it's a steady, it's a deliberate pace. Okay, and as I said, that those green fields are really there for a growth. They represent abundance, prosperity that are currently within reach, or at least being developed for you at this time. Okay, so right now I think you're at a phase of steady progress, diligent work, and suggests to me that you're focused on your goals with a sort of practical, methodical approach. There is a sense of sort of reliability and commitment in your actions at this time. And I think this card indicates that you are patient, you're dedicated, you're really willing to put in the necessary efforts to achieve the long-term success that you want. And I think this is a time for you to really stay grounded, continue working diligently towards your objectives. I think your hard work and your dedication are your strengths, and you are building a solid foundation here for future achievement. So trust, that your consistent efforts are going to pay off. Even if, progress sometimes seems a little slow, I think every step that you're taking is bringing you closer to your goals. Okay, so you are someone who values a job well done, and your sort of meticulous nature ensures that nothing is overlooked. Okay. I think your sense of duty as well, associated with this card that I see, and responsibility is definitely commendable. And I think you take your commitment seriously. I think ensuring that you fulfill your obligations, you're a person of your word, really. So yeah, I think reflect on your current efforts and the steps that you are taking towards your goals. And are you feeling satisfied with the progress? Are there any areas where you can maybe enhance your focus or strategy? The Knight of Pentacles really encouraging you to take pride really in your perseverance and your commitment. How do you feel about the progress you've made so far? Are you recognizing and celebrating those small wins? Are there areas in your life where you might need to apply more patience or diligence? What's the long-term goals that you're working towards, and how can you ensure that you stay, on track? So yeah, I sense a sort of strong foundation, a period of stability around you. Embrace this steady energy, and know that your consistent efforts will lead to tangible rewards. I think if this resonates with you, let's proceed with the rest of the reading. If not, I'd love you to go ahead and please choose from a different pile. Okay. Yeah. So just as a takeaway, sort of visualization, I would say that just envisage yourself steadily moving forward. That's the big theme of this: is a steady momentum forward. The ground, the lush ground, the abundance. Tune into that each step you take. Okay. And feel the sort of confidence and the satisfaction of knowing that your hard work is creating that sort of prosperous future. Okay, so by focusing on empowering those positive aspects of this card, tuning into the elements and the theme of that nice steady progress, courage of conviction, moving with purpose, reliability. Okay, we're going to now explore the first month in the timeline here of the next 6 months, and see where it takes us. See what's coming for you in the next month. Okay, I'll draw a couple of cards for this. Okay, and see what we've got. All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Magician. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to use this as a combination and the interplay and the dynamics between the two cards to represent the coming month and what to expect. All right, so so first of all, with the Seven of Pentacles, this card showing a figure standing beside a bush laden with pentacles, really contemplating the fruits of their labor. And I think the figure appears to be sort of in deep thought, really assessing the progress made and the work yet to be done, right? And it's a carryover from the theme from the Knight of Pentacles there, expressed with the Seven of Pentacles. With the Magician, the Magician stands confidently, one hand pointing to the sky, the other to the earth, surrounded by symbols of all the four suits, okay? And this represents the ability to really harness and balance all the elements to really manifest your desires. Okay, so it's a very empowering card, creating that sort of future or that reality for yourself. Okay, is what we represent here. So with the Seven of Pentacles, that evaluation, that patience, there's a moment of pause to consider the next steps, and it signifies the fruits of one's labor, and it's the importance of perseverance. Okay, and the Magician, again, it's all about manifestation, power, resourcefulness, and indicates a time for utilizing one's skills and talents to really achieve the goals, create the desired outcome. And so this month, I think you are in a period of reflection, of assessment, and again, this coming month. And I think it shows with the Seven of Pentacles that you've put in the significant effort, and now it's time to sort of really evaluate your progress and plan the next steps, okay? With the Magician suggesting that you have the power and the resources right now to shape your future actively, okay? So it's a really engaging, asking you to really invoke your actions to really create that potential, to create a manifest, and to be able to create, I think it's at a peak moment in this coming month, all right, is going to be where you really bring all your skills to bear and to take action at this time. I think it really is a time to embrace evaluation and reflection, and recognize the hard work that you've put in, and to trust that it's going to pay off. Okay, Magician is encouraging you here to take control, use your skills, bring in your vision to life. Okay, now action. It's all about for me in this coming month. Is what I see. Take a step back. Also, look at what you've achieved so far. Assess what has worked and what needs to be adjusted, because it's kind of like setting the trajectory, right, for what's to come. Now you do that sort of evaluation assessment of what's got you here, what's worked, what hasn't, and to really redefine the trajectory for the next 6 months. But it's, again, really tune into your abilities and to sort of take that decisive action. I think it is, you're aware of what things need to be done, and it's just a case of doing them at this time. You have a real strong creative power and energy at this moment, and I think this is going to help you to achieve great things, and to put focus and attention is key as well. All right, so just really reflect on the progress that you've made. Consider where you want to go next. You probably have a rough outline, but really, it's in your hands to whether or not that happens. Remember any adjustments or strategies that you can implement as well. Consider those. I think it's also inviting you to be patient, trust the process, invoking that Knight of Pentacles theme, while the Magician is urging you to take those confident steps forward at the same time. Okay, what achievements have you been proud of? Don't forget to tune into those, and how can you build on them. Are there any areas that you need to reassess your approach or strategy, or let go of things that are not working? That can sometimes be a tricky thing to do, but oftentimes the taking away, it reveals, and allows for the newness to sort of come in. And how can you use your skills to really manifest it? Okay, I do see a really strong alignment of your efforts and your potential here at this time in the next month. And I think this combination of reflection and action is really powerful. That's the big theme here. Use this time to really plan carefully and then move forward with confidence. So it's planning, strategy, action. And, that's the sense that I'm getting here. Really sort of imagine yourself, as the figure here, the Seven of Wands, standing beside the sort of flourishing garden. Feel into the satisfaction of your work and the anticipation of that growth, that abundance that we see here. Visualize yourself as the Magician, channeling all your inner power, shape and create your desired reality. Okay, feel the energy of manifestation flowing through you, because that's the reality, that's the truth of it. All right, so let us move on to the second month. All right, so as I said, we're going to go through a timeline of 6 months, and now looking at the second month from now, we have the Four of Swords and Three of Pentacles. And so starting with the Four of Swords, in this card, it depicts a figure lying on a stone slab, as if in sort of deep rest or meditation. And with the Three of Swords, but also with the three swords sort of hanging on the wall above, and one lying beneath them here. The scene is peaceful. It suggests a need for rest and recovery. Okay, with the Three of Pentacles, this card's, we have a craftsman at work on a cathedral, guided by two figures holding the plans here. And the craftsman is skilled, is diligent, really working collaboratively to create something meaningful. Okay, so the symbolism sort of associated with these cards, we have Four of Swords representing rest, recuperation, contemplation, signifying a period of recovery and mental clarity as well, with the swords, referring to the mind and thought. With the Three of Pentacles, it's symbolizing teamwork, collaboration, mastery as well. Indicates that that working with others and honing your skills is going to lead to successful outcomes. Okay, and so the energies associated here, I think this second month that we're talking about here, I think you're encouraged to take a little step back and probably rest and recover, because of the sort of fire energy of the action that you've been taking will probably take its toll a little bit. So be mindful of that. You don't want to have burnout coming in. So really, this is what this card is invoking here. It's a time to recover and gain that sort of mental clarity. So, alongside this with the Three of Pentacles, suggesting that, collaboration and teamwork will be key here. So don't take all the jobs on yourself. Find others around you to support you. Use this time to really refine your skills also, but really to work harmoniously with others towards those shared goals. Okay, so good communication at this time is going to be key. Really take this time, this second month, to embrace rest and recuperation. I think that's the main message here. Allow yourself the time to reflect and recharge. The Three of Pentacles brings the energy of collaboration, skill building sort of together with others. So really, I think together these cards are indicating that by taking care of yourself, working well with others, I think you're going to be able to achieve those great things. So prioritize the mental and physical well-being as well. Take time to rest, reflect on your journey, engage with others, meaningful ways, seek out supportive opportunities in there. Okay. Also, with the Four of Swords here, reflection. So reflect on how you can really balance rest and productivity around this time. Are you allowing yourself enough time to recover and gain clarity? How can you sort of enhance your collaborative efforts and work more effectively with others? It's an encouragement of rest. That's the main thing. Okay, so some questions is how can you create a space for rest and reflection in your life? What skills can you refine or improve upon during this period of rest as well? I don't know if it sounds a little counterintuitive, rest and work on skills, but actually allowing yourself to rest and developing the skill of meditation, for example, would be this type of thing, right? Skills that really support the rest period is what I would say. Contemplation, meditation, also the lifestyle aspect of things. How can you incorporate restful things within your lifestyle while still working, but having that balance? Maybe getting up an hour earlier to take a walk on the grass, or something like that. I do really sense a period of harmony and balance ahead for you in this second month. And I say that, because I think you're going to be able to strike this balance of action and rest, reflection. Sort of, there is a sort of balance and harmony that I see here. If you take the necessary time to rest and recuperate first, I think then you'll just be better prepared for work, and to work more effectively, in particular with others. So yeah, imagine yourself lying peacefully, like the figure in the Four of Swords here, feeling completely at ease and recharged. Okay, visualize yourself working collaboratively, as we see here in the Three of Swords, creating something beautiful and meaningful with support of others. So feel the balance of the rest and the productivity guiding you. All right, tune into that frequency, tune into that theme at that time for the second month. All right, so let us now take a look at the third month to see what's in store here. Eight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. All right, so we have here the Eight of Pentacles, and it shows a craftsman diligently working on creating the pentacles, focusing intently on his craft. He's surrounded by the finished pentacles, symbolizing that sort of dedication, that mastery. The Hierophant, is depicted here as a religious figure seated between two pillars, holding a staff and a cross. He's surrounded by followers, symbolizing sort of tradition, structure, spiritual guidance. So that's a bit of a description of the cards here, with symbolism, representing hard work with the Eight of Pentacles, dedication, the pursuit of mastery. That's the key here, pursuit of mastery, okay? And I think that's also tying us back to the Knight of Pentacles there, that sort of dedication, methodical approach. Of the Three of Pentacles also, there's a mastery element to that. And we have it repeated here. It's the pursuit of mastery, right? So it's a real noble sort of path that one can take in really taking pride in their work and really crafting something beautiful. But it is a period of this third month, intense focus and honing the skills, right? So we had that sort of skill development going on here with the Three of Pentacles in the second month. Now it's really about honing those skills, okay? With the Hierophant, it's symbolizing tradition, spirituality, seeking guidance, and it indicates, a time for learning, adhering to established norms, finding wisdom from traditional sources. Oftentimes, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Something that has been honed over many, many thousands of years is worth paying attention to and seeing how we can incorporate it, learn from it, take the wisdom of it. So those are the kind of like themes carrying through here. This month, I think you may find yourself deeply immersed in your work, and I think you're going to be honing those skills, striving for excellence. The Hierophant really suggesting that you may also be facing some challenges related to tradition, to structure, or seeking guidance of some sort, potentially. All right, so there could be some institutional sort of restrictions potentially that you may have to overcome. But this combination, really, these two cards indicating a time where you must be balanced with your dedication to your craft and the sort of adherence to established norms, or seeking wisdom from mentors as well at this time. It could be that too, right? Seeking those mentors that have sort of been there and done that to potentially help guide you. But really embrace this period of hard work and dedication. I think your focus, your commitment is going to lead to mastery and success at this time. And really encouraging you here to seek guidance also and embrace the traditions that support your growth as well, potentially, that are there. Balance these energies, and I think it's going to help you to navigate the challenges with a sense of ease, really, that may arise in this third month, okay? Pour your energy into mastering your craft. Your hard work and your attention to detail are really paving the way for future success, okay? Respect the established structures and seek wisdom from the mentors or traditional sources. And I think these can provide valuable support and direction. In particular, when I say respect the tradition, for this, what stands out for me is that there is a symbolic representation here with this card to attune yourself to meta truths. These are wisdoms, capital T truths that are sort of permeate our existence from one millennia to another. And if we can just tune into those meta truths, I think they're going to help guide you with your intentions and your movement forward as you continue to sort of develop your craft, your skills, hone your skills, and achieve mastery. Don't forget to sort of tune into those meta truths that run through like currents in our human experience at large, we could say. Okay, right. So the personal reflection here is for you to reflect on that dedication, that hard work, and that craftsmanship, and how that's impacting your life. Are you finding fulfillment in your efforts as well? That's going to be important, right? It's not just grinding away. It's like, is it fulfilling? That's an important sort of distinction. But how can you balance this with guidance, with wisdom from those traditional sources or the mentors? Okay, I think it's encouraging you to really strive for excellence while also being reminded that you know the value of structure, the value of guidance, and it may sort of help alleviate some of the unnecessary lessons to have to learn, right? Rather than having to do them yourself, maybe take some wisdom to avoid the pitfalls. You know, what skills or projects are you currently going to be dedicating yourself to in this third month? How can you sort of further enhance your mastery around that? Who are the mentors and sources of wisdom in your life, and how can you turn to them for guidance? How can you balance your dedication with work and respect for tradition and structures that support your growth? Okay, I do see a period of intense focus and growth ahead for you in the third month. Your dedication, your craft is commendable. You know, seeking guidance from mentors, adhering to sort of helpful traditions will support the journey as well. And you know, I think that's the main message that I'm getting here. You know, really visualize yourself, imagine yourself as a sort of craftsman, diligently working on your craft, feeling a sense of accomplishment with each sort of completed task, and visualize yourself in the presence of the Hierophant here, receiving that wisdom, that guidance that helps to navigate your path. It could be a physical mentor, it could be a spiritual meta truth that you tune into that really helps to sort of navigate and guide you in the third month. Okay, all right. There's a massive through line here of craftsmanship, skills, honing, patience, steadiness. I think the anchor card really set the tone well for the rest of the reading is what I'm getting here. So now let us turn to the fourth month, okay, and see what may be coming on the basis of what we've already explored, that craftsmanship, that dedication. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Chariot. Great combination of cards. So we have the Queen of Wands. This card really depicts a confident queen seated on her throne, holding a wand with sunflowers blooming all around her. There's a black cat that sits at her feet, symbolizing intuition, independence. And I think this queen really exudes warmth, vitality, and charisma. The Chariot shows a determined figure standing in a chariot pulled by two sphinxes, one black, one white, symbolizing opposite forces. And the charioteer really holds the reins, but controls the sphinxes through sheer willpower, really representing sort of victory, control, determination. And so symbolically, Queen of Wands represents this confidence, creativity, determination. She signifies really a time of vibrant energy, leadership as well is coming through here. So, you know, we looked in the second month that sort of look at collaboration. How can I become, supported by collaborating masterfully with others? And really in the fourth month here, we see the sort of theme of leadership coming through now, and really embracing one's passions with warmth and enthusiasm. And the charioteer symbolizing victory, determination, and control. And it indicates a time of overcoming obstacles through just sheer willpower and focus, driving forward with confidence and success. Not forgetting the star on the forehead of the charioteer, symbolizing that North Star, which is an element of guidance. So this is something ahead guiding us, okay? Something ahead or above, literally on his head, right? Ahead, guiding us, and meaning that there is a higher order of goodness that's sort of pointing us towards a certain direction with a real sense of determination and guidance. Right, so this month, the fourth month, you know, there is a vibrant energy with the Queen of Wands that's going to be infusing your life with confidence, with creativity. I think you're encouraged to sort of step into leadership role at this moment. Embrace the passions that you have. Express your ideas with enthusiasm. The charioteer also suggesting that this is also a time for determination, for control, taking control, command. You'll need to harness your willpower and focus to overcome any obstacles and drive forward towards your goals with confidence. Okay, really take this time to embrace your inner Queen of Wands. Let your confidence and your creativity shine. Take on leadership roles. Pursue your passions with vigor. The charioteer reminding you that you have the strength, the determination to overcome the challenges, achieve victory. So trust in your ability to steer, your path towards success. If you don't at this time have an articulation of your North Star, your why, where you're going, then at this now is a good time to do that. That in itself is a leadership trait, to be able to articulate that vision that others buy into and want to support. That is true leadership. Okay, and so step into that power. Let your creativity, your enthusiasm really guide you. Take the initiative to lead with confidence. Harness your willpower to overcome the challenges. Stay focused on your goals. Trust in your ability to achieve them through that determination, through that sort of sense of empowered control. Also, reflect on how you can channel the confidence and the creativity of the Queen of Wands in your life. Where do you want to direct that passion at this time? Are there opportunities for you to sort of step into leadership roles, embrace the passions more fully? Charioteer here is encouraging you to stay determined throughout the whole thing, no matter what. Okay, so some questions to ask yourself. What areas of your life can you approach with more confidence and creativity? How can you take on leadership roles or inspire others with your enthusiasm and your passion and your vision? What goals are you determined to achieve? Where is that vision taking you? How can you stay focused and in control while you pursue them? Okay, so I do see, as I said, a real time of vibrant energy in the fourth month, determination ahead, really embracing your confidence, creativity, staying focused on your goals. I think you're going to overcome any obstacles and achieve success at this time. So yeah, really visualize yourself, imagine yourself as the Queen of Wands, exuding that confidence, that creativity, that charisma. Feel the warmth and the vitality really radiating from you, and wanting to sort of lead with passion, enthusiasm. Visualize yourself like the chariot, driving forward, determination, control, overcoming any obstacles in your path and moving confidently towards your goals in the fourth month. High energy month for you, really calling out of you the leadership qualities there, leading with charisma, with warmth, with passion, with the Queen of Wands. All right, let us take now a look at month 5. So wonderful, month 5. 4 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. Passion really coming through here again. Okay, so as a way of a description of these cards here, with the 4 of Wands, this card depicting a joyful celebration beneath a canopy of flowers. People are rejoicing, they're dancing, symbolizing harmony, success, and a sense of community and celebration. With the 3 of Wands showing a figure here standing on a cliff looking out over the sea with 3 wands planted firmly in the ground. This figure appears to be, contemplating the horizon, symbolizing foresight, expansion, and sort of waiting for results, really. A successful card. With the 4 of Wands representing that celebration, that harmony and achievement of a milestone as well, signifies joy, community, sense of accomplishment. So those are the symbolic meanings of this card. Whereas the 3 of Wands symbolizes foresight, planning, also expansion, and it indicates a time of really looking ahead, making plans for the future, and waiting for results from those past efforts. Okay, so I think this month, the 5th month, you are likely to experience a sense of celebration and achievement. It indicates that by, with the 4 of Wands presence here, you may reach a significant milestone or find joy in a community or maybe a family event. Okay, the 3 of Wands suggests to me that this is also a time for looking ahead, planning for the future. I think you're waiting for the results of your efforts and really considering new opportunities and expansion and growth. So it's highly positive. Embrace this time of joy and celebration. Recognize and also honor the milestones that you've achieved up to this point. Enjoy the harmony, the success that comes with them. It's really encouraging you to look ahead with optimism, plan for the future. Your efforts are they're going to be bearing fruit at this time. And some new opportunities, therefore, are going to be presenting themselves or are going to be on the horizon. And so take time to celebrate those achievements and enjoy the sense of community and harmony that's going to be around you at this time. I think on the back of this impassioned leadership, you're going to have a group of people around you, that all started with that recognition in the second month, to find those people that align with you and to sort of work collaboratively. And the through line here we see in the fifth month already some fruition and some results from that. Okay, so really reflect on those milestones that you've achieved and celebrate them. Okay, and there are ways to bring more joy and harmony into your life. Okay, find them. The Four of Wands really encouraging you to recognize and honor your successes, while the Three of Wands inviting you to look ahead and plan for future growth. Use it as a slingshot of energy, recognizing your achievements, slingshot that energy forward into how can I, move forward towards my goals. What recent achievements or milestones can you celebrate? That's the big one, right? Find those in the fifth month and use that to slingshot into the future. So what I see here is a time of joy, forward thinking ahead. That's the balance here. Celebrate your achievements and planning for the future. Create that balance. That's going to create a really fulfilling path ahead. I would say. Imagine yourself as a visualization now in the fifth month. Okay. Imagine you have the serene scene here in the Four of Wands. Okay, and celebrating with loved ones, feeling a deep sense of joy and accomplishment. Okay. There's a real sense of contentment associated with this card. Tune into that contentment. How does that feel in your body? Visualize yourself now as the figure in the Three of Wands here, looking over to the horizon with optimism, anticipation, and really planning for new opportunities and growth. All right, so really seeing a wonderful narrative playing out now. Let us turn to the sixth month, and that's as far as we're going to project forward in this reading here today. All right. See what we've got. Okay, so we have the Devil and the Hermit. Interesting. Okay, so as I describe these cards, the Devil here, we see a horned devilish figure towering over two individuals who appear to be chained. The chains are loose, however, really suggesting that the bondage here is voluntary and can be broken. So there's a sort of choice going on here at some level. The Devil really symbolizing temptation, materialism, feeling sort of trapped by one's desires or fears. Whereas the Hermit here shows an old man standing alone on a mountain peak, holding a lantern that lights his path. There's also a star that suggests a North Star, which is again this guidance that's guiding, in this case, this figure through a particularly lonely, dark time, potentially. There's always that sort of light that is guiding us, and so it's important, as we saw with the Chariot, to have that North Star firmly articulated, that strong why that'll guide us through anyhow. We have a very calm, introspective figure, Solitude. We have, search for that inner wisdom. There's a scene. It's calm, it's serene, suggesting a time of contemplation, but also spiritual seeking. And really, what I see here at a symbolic level is a juxtaposition of something that it may be causing fear, anxiety, stuckness, maybe some element of addiction to material stuff, that then juxtaposes this introspective sort of soul-searching aspect as well. So big symbolic cards here with these two major arcanas. Okay, like I said, the symbolic aspects of the Devil is it all about temptation and addiction and the feeling of being trapped by sort of material desires or maybe some unhealthy patterns. So, as we're in the sixth month here, great culmination of events happening here. There could be some unhealthy patterns creeping in based on maybe some successes that have been had. And the creation of something successful in itself can have the potential for trappings and restriction. So we have to sort of be mindful of that. Whereas the Hermit here symbolizing that introspection, solitude, inner guidance, indicating a time for that self-reflection, seeking inner wisdom. Okay, so this month I think you may face some challenges related to some temptations or feeling trapped by certain aspects of your life potentially. It's a time to recognize and sort of confront these influences, I would say. Really understand that you have the power to break free from those chains, from those elements that may be causing some stuckness. with the Hermit suggesting that this is also a period of that deep introspection, seeking inner wisdom is almost the antidote to those trappings. Okay, that's what's being called here. Spending some time alone, reflecting on your journey. I think you're going to be able to find clarity and guidance that you need to overcome these challenges. It's also reminding you that it's an internal job here. You have the answers internally. All you have to do is find that solitude, that introspection, and allow yourself to hear them. Okay. So really, I would say it's a time for embracing that introspection, that self-discovery. And the Devil card here is encouraging you to confront any negative influences in your life. Also, understand that you have the power to break free from them as well. Okay, in the same vein, and offering you that guidance, wisdom from the Hermit comes from looking within. Okay, that's trust your inner light to lead you through this period. Tune in at this time in the 6 months more than at any time before. Tune into your why. What's guiding you? Okay, spend some time in solitude to really ask that question: what is guiding you? What's the why? Remember it. We often get stuck in the doingness of life. As wonderful as it can be, exciting, crafting, those skills, and then actually seeing the material results manifesting in the results that we've been working so hard to achieve. When they finally show up, it's another part of the journey of how do we deal with that, how do we integrate that, and what's being suggested here, that those material results are not the why. Okay, the material results is not the thing. They're just a byproduct of this passionate striving towards the higher good, and that's that wonderful juxtaposition here. Don't get stuck in the material too much. Okay, so really questions to ask here: what negative patterns or influences do you need to control in your life, or let go of, or break free from? Okay, how can you create a space for introspection and solitude to really find inner clarity and wisdom at this time in the 6 month, and what steps can you take to break free from any feelings of being trapped or controlled by those external factors, those material elements? Okay, generally I sense a time of significant personal growth happening here, as a result of the material external realities, and how that internal guidance is going to help you navigate. There's going to be huge spiritual growth available here for you as well. So really imagine yourself at this time in the 6 month really confronting the Devil card here. Maybe even take the card, use it as a confronting element of finding those truths and illuminating, as Lucifer here illuminate those aspects, those shadow aspects of addiction or material sort of obsession that is the devil. When we confront him and use him, it becomes a really powerful mechanism and a tool for us to be able to face those aspects that we may not want to face initially, or even admit to ourselves. But that's what the Devil card is all about, is really using it, not avoiding it, not hoping it never shows up in any reading. That's not how we do it. The Devil card confronts us and says, hey, there's some aspects here that you need to look at. It's a real powerful card to illuminate some blind spots that we may not have seen, or some habits that we may have developed that are causing some sort of dependency on those material external realities, when actually we have everything we need internally is already there for us. And that's why the Hermit showed up for you, to remind you in the 6 month of that. Okay, so really powerful stuff happening here in the 6 month. I think it's going to be very transformative. That's definitely going to catapult the rest of the year for you, and way beyond. This is the foundational aspects of what's to come. What I want to turn to now is the final card, and we're going to get an oracle reading here, and it's going to be a divinatory message, a guidance as well, and support for you. Okay, and this is all about the inner light. So at the center of everything there is light. Okay, and this card, Shekinah, is light, and it represents divine feminine, embodying a sense of grace, compassion, inner wisdom. She symbolizes sacred connection to the divine and the power of the inner light. As we saw with the Hermit, there is always there. And it's encourages generally this card to embrace the divine feminine within, trust in your inner wisdom, and connect deeply into your spiritual self. That's the big message, final message coming through here. And so I think the presence here in the reading signifies a time to really embrace the divine feminine energy within you. This energy is nurturing, it's compassionate, deeply connected to spiritual realm, and you're encouraged here to trust your intuition, seek inner wisdom, connect to the sacred aspects, we could say, of your being, And this final message here, it's all about grace. It's all about compassion, because it may be tough to confront those devilish aspects that we explored in that 6 month. Okay, so really embrace the divine feminine energy within you. Okay, trust in your inner wisdom. Let your intuition guide you at this time. Okay, reminding you here that you are your inherent grace and your compassion, and it's really encouraging you to connect with your spiritual self and embrace the sacredness of your being. Okay, and you're a vessel of divine light and wisdom. Trust in your intuition. Seek wisdom that lies within you. Allow your inner light to guide your actions and your decisions from 6 months beyond, especially. And really take time to connect with sacred aspects of your life. Engage in spiritual practices that really resonate with you and nurture your soul. Okay, these are often very subtle, private practices. Could just be sitting by a river, contemplating, right? Tuning into nature, whatever it may be that resonates with you. There are these subtle ways in which we reconnect to truth, to knowing, to wisdom, to intuition, to that inner light, inner guidance. Okay, so it's asking you at this time to really focus on that. How can you deepen your connection to divine feminine within you? What spiritual practices and rituals that can help nurture your soul and connect you to this sort of sacred essence? How can you embody grace, compassion, inner wisdom in your daily life as well? Okay, if you want to see grace, if you want to see peace, if you want to see love, we've got to be that first. So connect to it. Okay, so the message here is really, I sense a time of deep spiritual connection, inner wisdom ahead of for you. Embrace the divine feminine, as we see here. Imagine yourself surrounded by radiant light, embodying the energies of Shekinah here. Feel the warmth, feel the compassion of the divine feminine, filling you with peace, filling you with wisdom, and really visualize your inner light shining brightly, guiding your path with grace, with intuition. Embrace the sacredness of your being and trust in the divine guidance that you're receiving here in your reading and beyond. And before going, if you could please let's go for a fire, shall we? Leave a fire in the comments to let me know that you're claiming this, that this has resonated for you. I'd love to hear your comments. Share those comments. We read them as much as we can, and helps us to sort of really stay connected to you. Until next time, take care. Hello and welcome in card number 2. Thank you for joining me, Maverick Mystic, in this reading. The next 6 months, what does it have in store for you? We're going to be looking at insights month by month, as well as receiving some divine oracle guidance at the end. But for now, let us just start with the anchoring card. It's going to set the theme for you, whether or not you resonate with the reading. And if you don't, I'd love you to go ahead and choose from a different pile. But before we do, I encourage you now to take a nice deep breath in. Just allow anything that doesn't serve you to dissipate, and just relax, sit back, and let's begin. Okay, so the anchoring card for this reading for the next 6 months is Strength. And so what we see in this card is a serene figure gently holding open the jaws of a lion, and the woman, she's adorned with the flowers and an infinity symbol above her head, and she exudes calmness and confidence, symbolizing that inner strength, that courage, but also juxtaposed with compassion. And the symbolic meaning of this card represents, inner strength, courage, the ability to overcome challenges. It also signifies a sort of mastery over one's emotions and the power of compassion and patience. It's just like a non-reactive kind of figure, and it signifies that sort of mastery over that domain. And the lion here symbolizing that raw passions, instincts, while the woman represents that higher self that guides these sort of energies with gentle strength. It's a compassionate, clarity, connectedness, calm. Those are the kind of elements of the higher self. So right now, at this moment in time, before we project forward 6 months, you are in a phase where inner strength and courage are paramount. And the strength card here suggests that you have the resilience to face any challenges with grace and patience. This is a time to trust your own abilities and to really approach the situations with calm confidence, with compassion. And your inner strength is your greatest ally at this moment. And so really, embrace the inner strength that you have and trust your ability to handle whatever comes your way. The strength card here, it's a reminder that that true power comes from within, and that by being patient, by being compassionate, and particularly to yourself, I think you're going to be able to overcome any obstacles, and you have the courage to face these challenges with grace as well. There's a certain class associated with it. And focus on mastering your emotions. Energy in motion, that's what emotions are. Okay, having a mastery over them, allowing them to be felt. That's what feelings are. When we feel the energy coursing through our bodies in the form of emotions, we feel them. It's our interpretation of them that really sort of sometimes can serve us or sometimes can go against us. Mastery over emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. Mastery over emotions means feeling them, being with them, allowing them to move, expressing them directly, okay, not sideways, not leaking out energy, okay. No, it's about the mastery of having the ability to allow those emotions to be present, to feel them, but all of it done from a non-reactionary place instead from a response place, okay. So that's what we're talking about when we say mastery over the emotional space. Show courage in the face of adversity as well. Use compassion as a guiding force, both towards yourself, especially, and others. This will help to really navigate through the difficult times with a sense of grace. Okay, so really reflect on how you can harness your inner strength and approach a current situation with confidence and compassion. Okay, are there areas in your life where you need to sort of exercise more patience and understanding? Well, the strength card is, I think, encouraging you to find the balance between raw emotions and your higher self, guiding you to act with that grace, with that courage that we spoke about. Okay. So yeah, how can you really cultivate your inner strength, your resilience in your life? Are there situations where you can approach the challenges with a bit more patience, with a bit more compassion? What aspects of your life require you to show courage and confidence? And so I sense a period of personal empowerment and emotional mastery ahead. Really embrace your inner strength at this time and approach life with compassion and courage. That's the main message here. I think you'll be able to navigate any challenges that come your way. And so again, if this resonates with you, let's proceed with the rest of the reading. If not, please, I'd love you to go ahead and choose from a different pile. And finally, just as a visualization to really anchor this energy in, okay, imagine yourself embodying the strength card here, gently guiding powerful lion here with calm confidence. Feel the inner strength and the courage within you. It's there already, and let it sort of radiate out through your entire being. Visualize facing challenges with grace, with patience, knowing what you have to do, knowing that you have the power to overcome them with compassion and resilience. All right? Okay, so now we'll head into month by month. We'll see what's coming for you and what to expect, starting with the first month, this next month coming. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords and we have the High Priestess. Okay, so the Seven of Swords, let's start there. This card, depicts a figure sneaking away from a camp, carrying 5 swords while leaving 2 behind. The figure looks back sort of cautiously, symbolizing there's a sort of strategy or secrecy and the need for caution. While the High Priestess sits between 2 pillars, holding a scroll with the word Torah partially visible. She's veiled, symbolizing mystery, intuition, hidden knowledge. The moon at her feet and the sort of pomegranates in the background represent the feminine energy, that fertility there. Okay, so with the Seven of Swords, the symbology associated with this of deception and the need to sort of tread carefully. It signifies a time to be mindful of one's actions, to consider the consequences of taking shortcuts or acting covertly. Okay, and the symbology of the High Priestess of intuition, inner knowledge, spiritual insight. She indicates a time of introspection, trusting one's inner voice, and uncovering some hidden truths, we could say. Okay, so yeah, I think this month you might find yourself needing to strategize and to be cautious potentially, as indicated by the Seven of Swords. There may be situations where you need to act with discretion, avoid direct confrontation. The High Priestess suggests that it's also a time for deeply trusting your intuition and to seek inner guidance. And the sort of combination of these cards highlights the importance of being both strategic and spiritually aware. Okay, so really embrace the need for careful strategy and discretion as well. Trust in your intuition, your inner wisdom to guide you through the complex situation here. And really, the High Priestess reminds you that you have access to hidden knowledge and spiritual insight, which can really help to navigate you through these challenges with clarity and wisdom. Just by being here, being open to receive the messages that come through. The tarot here today is a sign of your openness to that spiritual guidance. So you're obviously in the right mindset and approach. In terms of the strategic thinking, maybe approach situations with a clear strategy in mind. Whether it's outcomes or how to get to a certain result at the end of it. Just remember the sort of nature of communications with people around you. There are 3 sort of levels to how we can communicate as people. One is an I-it relationship where we tend to sort of objectify the other, dehumanize them a little bit. That's one really to be avoided. That will cause conflict down the line. The other one is an I-you relationship, which is a transactional relationship where both parties sort of agree to a give and take, for a price or some kind of exchange. And then there's an I-thou relationship. These are the special relationships that we connect, where it's basically our soul recognizes their soul. It's a more of a transcended kind of relationship. But be careful not to mix the two. Some people are coming at you with an I-you relationship, or heaven forbid a I-it relationship, and it wouldn't serve for you to communicate with them with an I-thou. So it's kind of like strategic in that regard, protection. Be careful. All right, don't open your vulnerability up to everybody. That will invite those that may want to take advantage of that. So just be mindful of that. So there's strategy in how to relate with others. Okay, throughout it all, though, really listen to your inner voice. Trust your intuition. If somebody says, "This person's," I don't think they have the best interest. Normally, that intuition comes in the first second of seeing somebody. You'll get that intuitive knowing, and more often than not, we will ignore that, or we would try to sort of dismiss it. I would strongly suggest you don't. Us just listen to that inner voice that guides us in the subtle realms. There's an element of grace that comes with that, and that's why being non-reactive and being responsive instead is going to really serve you in these situations, as we saw with the anchoring card of strength. And so, look, the answers that you're seeking, are good to be found through introspection and connecting with your higher self. Okay, again, the higher self represented through the anchoring card of strength. Okay, so yeah, just really reflect on how you can balance the strategic thinking with intuitive insight. Are there situations where you may need to be more cautious, more strategic? Who are those people around you? It's really encouraging you to be mindful and deliberate in your actions, while at the same time inviting you to trust your inner voice and your wisdom and seek deeper understanding. Okay, so some questions really. In what areas of your life do you need to be more strategic and cautious? How can you strengthen your connections to your intuition, your inner wisdom? What hidden truths or insights are being called to be uncovered this month? Okay, so those are some of the questions to ponder. But generally, look, I sense a period of careful planning, intuitive insight ahead, and really balancing the strategy with spiritual awareness. I think you're going to be able to navigate the challenges with grace and wisdom. Really to anchor this in, I'd encourage you to visualize yourself as a figure in the Seven of Swords here, moving carefully, strategically through your surroundings. Feel the importance of each step that you're taking. Okay, careful, responsive steps, not reactive. And now visualize yourself as the high priestess, seated in a calm introspection, surrounded by symbols of hidden knowledge. Feel the deep connection to your intuition and the inner wisdom that's guiding your actions throughout the day. All right, so what to expect in the first month. Okay, so let's see if we can create or uncover a little bit more of detail in the narrative and how this is going to move forward with the next 2 months, or month 2, should I say. So we have the Page of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so what do we have here? The Page of Wands. This card shows a young figure holding a wand, looking upward with enthusiasm. The desert landscape surrounds him. It symbolizes untapped potential, new beginnings of a new journey. And the attire and the sort of stance indicates a sort of eagerness and the pursuit of new adventures, we could say. With the Four of Pentacles, this card depicts a figure sitting on a stool, holding onto 4 pentacles. One is balanced on his head and 2 are under his feet, and he clutches one in his chest, and the image represents a strong attachment to material possessions and the need for security, for control even, okay? And so symbolically, with the Page of Wands, that enthusiasm, it represents exploration, new beginnings. It signifies a time for inspiration, for curiosity, and desire to sort of embark on new adventures and creative projects. Okay, so we're talking month 2 now, with the Four of Pentacles symbolizing, holding on to possessions, seeking security, and the fear of loss. So there is a fear thread through this card, indicating that the time of sort of focus on financial stability, but also it warns against becoming too rigid and a little bit too possessive. That energy of possessiveness is aligning itself to the energy of scarcity, which is a mechanism that has been woven into the financial system to keep people feeling like there's not enough and therefore work harder to get more. And that's just a sort of social construct, we could say, an illusion that's been cast over in order to support the monetary system. So don't feed into that as that's the meta truth of the universe, because it's not. The universe is eternally abundant, and that's where we come from, and therefore we need to tune into that rather than this sort of scarcity mechanism. It is what it is. It exists. I'm not saying it doesn't, But what I am saying is that don't let that map out the version of reality that surrounds you all the time, this abundant nature that we live in and we are a part of. Okay, so really within this second month, you're likely to feel a surge of enthusiasm, a desire to explore new possibilities, and there is a sense of excitement and readiness associated with that. That readiness to sort of embark on new adventures. However, the Four of Pentacles suggesting here that there is a need for balance. While it's important to seek that security and that stability, be mindful of becoming maybe too attached to rigidity in your approach to the material possessions, because it could be limiting your ability to be more adventurous and take risks and to see new horizons and possibilities if we remain too rigidified, around the finances. And yes, I said rigidified, and that's a word now. All right. The positive affirmation to take from this, though, is really to embrace the excitement and the inspiration of the Page of Wands, and really allow yourself to explore new ideas. Doesn't mean you have to follow through with them. Just allow yourself the possibility of potential to explore those new ideas and adventures, and have a sense of enthusiasm about that. Right. At the same time, recognize the importance of financial stability. Don't throw that out of the window completely. It does provide a level of stability in our modern lives to have financial security of some sort, for sure, but it's not the North Star. It shouldn't guide us. Okay, we are so much more than that. Strive to find a balance between pursuing new opportunities, maintaining a sense of security. There is a balance to be struck there, and I think that's the main message for month 2 for you. Okay, follow your curiosity, explore new opportunities, and be open to learning and trying new things, while at the same time maintain a healthy, I think that's the key word there, a healthy balance between seeking security and allowing yourself the freedom to explore. Avoid becoming too rigid or possessive over those material things. Okay, so really reflect on how that balance of enthusiasm and adventurous energy and the need for security, see if you can strike that balance. I think that month 2 is going to be your challenge. I think there are opportunities that you're going to be excited about, but you may also be hesitant to pursue due to that fear of instability, right? So that's the sort of juxtaposition being offered here. Those new opportunities come with so much potential, but you may dismiss them or not go after them for fear of insecurity, or maybe the upheaval that those new adventures may cause. But again, it's not to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I think there's some important messages here coming through that maybe in order to take one step forward, you must have one step first, right? So it's like building on what you already have. I think that's going to be the balance to be struck. Okay, so I do sense that there is a period of enthusiasm and exploration, but the need for balance is woven throughout month 2. All right, let's go to month 3, shall we? See what we have and what begins to unfold as we look forward. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. All right. So the Queen of Pentacles, depicts a regal woman seated on a throne, holding a pentacle. She's surrounded by lush greenery, flowers, symbolizing abundance, we could say, nurturing. But also there's a practical element to it with the pentacles, practical wisdom, we could say. The rabbit at her feet represents fertility and comfort. We could just see it off the image there. And the card for the Hanged Man, for me, it represents hanging upside down from a tree. I'll come on to the representation in a minute, but just as a description, he's hanging upside down from a tree. With a sort of serene expression, calm expression on his face, the glowing halo around his head indicating enlightenment and a new perspective. It's an aha moment, an insight that's gained. And it symbolizes that surrender, that letting go, and seeing things from a different viewpoint, different perspective, okay? And so for me, the symbology here, representing nurturing, practicality, with the Queen of Pentacles and abundance, and she signifies a time for taking care of your material needs, and those of others with a sort of warm and definitely grounded approach, whereas the Hanged Man symbolizing that surrender, suspension. Again, we're striking the balance here. That is the main theme coming through for me. Month 2 especially, month 3. Well, month 1 we have the pillars representing balance as well. And so balance right now is a strong message coming through. Don't be surprised to find some scales appearing in the reading later, but we don't need it to appear. We see it now as a theme. So yeah, it's a surrender, it's a suspension, it's gaining a new perspective. It indicates a time of letting go of control, pausing, allowing yourself to see situations from a different angle. Okay, so this month I think you are encouraged to embrace the nurturing and practical energy of the Queen, focus on home, finance, all of those kind of aspects. And the well-being of those around you. However, I think the hangman also suggests that you may face challenges that require you to let go, see things from a new perspective. There's also a sentence that really helps with this card, and that is let them. So when you're encountering social challenges or relationship challenges, when you see somebody behaving in a way that you don't want them to behave, or you feel like it's not good for them, there is a call here to let them, because everybody's on their own individual journey. And when we don't let others do that, it kind of causes added stress. Yes, we care about them. Yes, we want the best for them, but everybody's on their own individual journey. And so when we allow ourselves to surrender and let go, let them, it really offers us a new, grander perspective from which we can provide that nurturing environment within which people can go on those journeys, their own journeys. Okay, so yeah, really embrace the nurturing aspects and the practical wisdom of the Queen of Pentacles here. Take care of the material needs of your loved ones with that grounded, compassionate approach, and really let go of control. Open yourself to new perspectives. So I know it sounds like a juxtaposition. Have a good grip over the money, but also let go. That's, to me, is like a meta truth here. And what's happening for me is the main message coming through is balance and harmony. Balance and harmony. Okay, that's the sort of I would say the North Star, actually, that's sort of emanating through the reading as it stands. Okay, while focusing on creating that stable, nurturing environment, take care of your finances and the well-being of those around you with compassion and practicality. Allow yourself to let go control. Embrace the state of suspension. Look for situations from a different angles and be open to new insights and perspectives. I think this is going to be the main message for you. So it's a real period of nurturing, practical wisdom combined with that need for perspective ahead. Okay, so that is month 3, okay, with that theme. All right, remember that theme of balance, of harmony coming through. So what do we have in store for month 4? Okay, so that discernment carrying through, that judgment is good. We see that carrying through here into month 4, and we also have the 10 of Cups. So we see in the 10 of Cups a depiction of joy, really, of family, joyful sort of expression here, beneath the sort of rainbow of 10 of Cups, symbolizing ultimate happiness, contentment, emotional fulfillment, and again, that word harmony. Okay, so there's a harmonizing happening for you in week 4, based on the results of what we're experiencing in I keep saying weeks, my apologies, month 3 about harmony. Again, this is the result. Month 4, you're going to be experiencing that, and it's an idyllic, serene moment that we see here. The home, lush landscape in the background, representing that domestic bliss and that contentment. Judgment. This card shows figures sort of rising from the graves, responding to the call of an angel for blowing this trumpet, and an archangel, we could say, and the scene symbolizes rebirth, awakening, and the call to a higher purpose. And I think it signifies a time for self-evaluation, transformation, and a renewal. And if we're to use the hero's journey lens here, this is the call to adventure. This is the call to adventure, the adventure of your life. And oftentimes when we receive this call, it comes in the form of a disaster or something unexpected. And we can sometimes miss it or refuse it altogether. But I think in month 4, we have a real opportunity calling you to claim this adventure of your life and to maybe begin to sort of articulate a vision, and that sort of result of the harmony that we see here in the family, represented in the family unit, the bliss of the family unit. There's lots of messages hidden in here, and so the symbology of this, like I said, the 10 of Cups representing emotional fulfillment, happiness, harmonious relationships, and it signifies a time of real joy, family unit, and contentment. And symbolically for Judgment, as I said, it's that awakening, it's that transformation, the call to a higher purpose, indicating that time for self-reflection, renewal, making important life decisions based on a deeper understanding of yourself. That's the key there. And so this month 4, it's like you're likely to experience a profound sense of emotional fulfillment and harmony, as indicated by the 10 of Cups. But this time, and this time of joy, family unit, and contentment, alongside the Judgment card, suggests to me that you may undergo a significant transformation or awakening. I think there's going to be an aha moment for you in this 4th month, and I think you're called to really reflect on your life, to really evaluate your past actions, and to embrace the renewed sense of purpose and direction. So embrace the happiness, the emotional fulfillment of the Ten of Cups. Cherish your relationships and the harmony in your life. The Judgment card is encouraging you to listen to that inner call. Allow yourself to be transformed. Allow yourself to be transformed. Surrender. This is a time for renewal. This is a time for awakening. I think it's leading you to that higher purpose, that deeper understanding. Okay, focus on nurturing your relationships, creating a harmonious environment. Celebrate the joy and contentment in your life. Take time for self-reflection. Evaluate your life. Listen to the call of your inner voice, and be open to the transformation and to the renewal. Okay, these are the main themes that are coming here. Okay. Yeah, what areas of your life bring you the most joy and the most fulfillment? How can you strengthen your relationships and create harmonious environments? What inner call are you hearing? How can you embrace the transformation and renewal it brings? Okay, obviously this reading, if you were to keep this or make notes as you're going or whatever, I would just say that there is a timeline here that in 4 months from now, this calling is coming, and so embrace that. It may not be clear to you at the moment, but something will be invoked around that time according to these cards here today. Okay, so yeah, deep emotional fulfillment and transformation ahead for you. Very exciting indeed. All right, let us move into month 5 and see what are the sort of potential results that will come from this awakening, this insight. And it could be a period of challenges in the sense, because oftentimes when we have this sort of awakening, some structures start to fall away that no longer serve us or in alignment with that awakening. So do be open to that. There may be some anxiety, there may be some fear associated with that. And we have also the Ace of Wands. So there's this newness, this newfound passion. And so as a description with the Ace of Wands, we see it depicts a hand emerging from the clouds holding a sprouting wand, symbolizing new beginnings, inspiration, a creative potential. And the landscape is fertile, suggesting growth, the promise of new opportunities. Whereas the Nine of Swords, this card shows a figure sitting up in bed, hands covering their face, surrounded by 9 swords, hanging on the wall. It represents anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, symbolizing mental anguish and the impact of negative thoughts, we could say. And so symbolically, the Ace of Wands representing new beginnings, inspiration, creative energy, signifies a time of exciting opportunities, fresh ideas, and potential for growth. Whereas the Nine of Swords symbolizes anxiety, worry, mental stress, indicating a period of sleepless nights and the burden of negative thoughts or fears. Again, remember what I said. Once that awakening comes, once we answer the call to adventure and say yes, fully, full body yes, then it will have a peak experience, will follow a dip momentarily, and that's normal. That's totally how it goes. In the hero's journey, you're going from status quo, the call to adventure comes, and then we cross the threshold into the unknown territory. And that can be scary, that can be terrifying when we're confronting those elements of the shadow. That's totally normal part of the adventure of life. And so what I'm seeing here, really, for me, the current energies for this month are likely to encounter those new opportunities, creative inspiration. There's a sort of high energy here, and this time, it's a time to embrace those fresh ideas and take action on new projects. However, the Nine of Swords suggests that you may also experience those anxieties, that worry. It's important to address these fears, not to let them overshadow the positive potential of this period. Those fears typically is the experience of having to let go of what no longer serves you. And so if we identify too strongly with the structures of beliefs that we've picked up and carried probably most of our lives, and now all of a sudden our new exciting projects are asking us to sort of shed those old beliefs that no longer serve us and adopt new ones, that can be a little bit like having a bit of an ego death, and that can be a sort of challenge. But I think if you embrace the creative energy with new beginnings and allow yourself to be inspired and take those bold steps forward with those new opportunities, I think it's just a case of acknowledging the worries. That's fine. Again, emotional mastery, being able to respond and not react, is all about acknowledging the fears. See, fear, anger, jealousy, these are our root emotions. These are very primal, animal-based emotions, okay? We, as human beings, possess so many more levels, and so we can transcend them, whereas animals can't transcend them. They are governed by them all the time, but we are also animals, so we have that aspect to contend with. So when we have the fear and anxiety coming up as a root emotion, just acknowledge it, speak it out. That's totally fine, okay? find those nurturing containers around you with which you can express those fears into, though. Don't just express them, willy-nilly with anyone, because sometimes they can be weaponized and turned against us, okay? And we can be manipulated by others based on their own fears. So I would say that, an exploration of your fears, anxieties, and worries is healthy, but do it with the right people. And so take advantage of the fresh ideas and inspirations that are going to come your way. Be positive in pursuing those new projects and opportunities. Acknowledge any anxiety and worries that you may have. Find structured ways to manage the stress. Seek support if you need to sort of be alleviated a little bit of those burdens. There's a case of processing those as we covered earlier. But look, really reflect on how you can harness the creative energy. I think that's the big one. It's like there's such an abundance of new energy that's going to come your way once you say yes to that calling that's being called out of you. What new opportunities and ideas are inspiring you this month? Okay, what's got your juices flowing? Okay, so that's something to focus on month 5. How can you manage and alleviate anxiety and worries, as we spoke about? What steps can you take to really balance pursuing the projects and maintaining mental well-being, right? There is, again, that theme of balance coming through here, something for you to pay attention to, for sure. All right, let us turn now to the final month 6, and see what we can conclude. Amazing. We have the Sun and we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Sun. So this card depicting a radiant sun shining brightly in a clear sky, really illuminating everything with its warmth and positivity. Below is a joyful child riding on a white horse, symbolizing the innocence and the happiness. Sunflowers bloom in the background, really signifying that growth, that vitality associated with this card. The Page of Cups, this card shows a young figure standing by the water. He's holding a cup from which a fish is emerging, curiously. And the page looks at the fish with curiosity, with wonder, symbolizing that creative inspiration, emotional openness, the beginning of a new feeling or new ideas. So on the back end, the through line here, on the back end of really allowing yourself to process with mastery those emotions of worries and fears, we see the emergence of new emotions, new possibilities, new ways of being. Okay, so it's really rooted in being, this card for me. It's a powerful message here. And symbolically, as I said, the sun representing that positivity, success, and joy. And it signifies a time of enlightenment, vitality, happiness. It brings that sort of clarity, that warmth, a sense of fulfillment with it. And this card is all about emotional openness, creative inspiration, new beginnings, new feelings in relationships, or even new relationships themselves. And it indicates a time of really exploring those new ideas, being open to those intuitive messages that we spoke about earlier, embracing the more of the creative side here. And I think this month you are likely to experience a period of immense joy, positivity, success. We have the peak experiences, the peak, the dip, the peak, right? That's the rhythm of life. And so it will go. It's the key is not being attached to either or. This too shall pass, the peaks and the dips, and see it as a wave pattern as a whole. And just to be able to ride the emotions and experiences out, and finding contentment, balance, and harmony in the middle ground. That's really the key. That's the middle path. That's the harmonious life. And again, we're getting that message of harmony here. So, it's a time of clarity, of happiness, and the page also is encouraging you to be positive in terms of the creative inspirations that you may get, and follow those through. There's also an emotional openness in a way that maybe you've never been before, and this is urging you to explore the new way of being here emotionally. And so again, it's the results of that coming through here. This also reminds me of like the experiences that we can have that we may never have experienced before in our childhood. For example, when we see the completion of an argument, a disagreement, some kind of conflict, when we are able to be with it and stay with it, stay connected in a compassionate, open, and curious way, we can see the completion of those cycles. They're very healing to either witness those or to experience those ourselves. So if you find community where these sort of practices are happening, I think that can be very useful, where neither party is blaming the other for anything they may be feeling internally, and yet those people are being able to express those emotions openly. I think there's something to be said about finding a community or a group of people that you trust in which you can explore open expression without judgment and it being weaponized against you, and therefore seeing those circles complete. That closure is going to be an emotionally new experience for you, and I think that's available for you really at this 6 month point. I think if you can reflect on how you can fully embrace positivity and success of the sun, while also being open to these new creative and new emotional ways of being, I think, are there any areas in your life where you can allow more joy and vitality? Anywhere where you can explore new creative emotional possibilities, as I said, with those groups. These are some of the questions that I would ask myself. What new ideas or feelings are emerging for you? How can you explore them further? What does joy feel like? I mean, it could be as simple as that, right? If we right on the nose here, we have an expression of joy. Well, what it says to me here, when it comes to emotional alchemy, when we take the fear, anger, and jealousy, base three emotions there, the root emotions, if I was to drop a little bit of joy, a drop of joy on anger, it creates passion. That is a new emotional experience. That is a new way of seeing, and openness and understanding that, oh, wow, I can really create, my reality, my experience for myself with openness to new possibilities. All right. So maybe an exploration in emotional intelligence, emotional alchemy, emotional fitness could be a way to go here. And so really visualize yourself by the 6th month with this radiation of energy, with this light, feeling warm, feeling positive, and feeling it all fill your entirety of your being. Visualize that, the joy and the clarity it brings into your life. Now see yourself, as the Page of Cups here, standing by water with a cup in hand, open to new creative emotional experiences. Feel the curiosity, feel the wonder as you explore new beginnings. All right. Okay, so that concludes the timeline here. But before we go, let us turn to the Divine Oracle, the Divine Feminine Oracle, for a final message. But before we do that, I'd love for you to go ahead and drop a sun into the comments, just to let me know that you're claiming this reading, that it has resonated with you, you're finding it inspirational, useful, however you find it. I'd love to hear from you. Leave comments, let me know. We will read them, and allows us to stay more connected to you all. And so let us reveal the Divine Oracle for the final message, and it is Freya. And I want to read what it says at the bottom here, because it says exactly what I said earlier about this aspect, and that is, I spend my time wisely. Okay, so again, be careful who you spend your time with, okay? And some people they just don't deserve to have your full expression, and they will weaponize it against you. So first, I spend my time wisely. But the second one, I only say yes when it's a holy yes, a full body yes. Okay, so that's the message from the Divine Oracle coming through here, confirming, affirming, reaffirming what I said, the judgment. There is a calling, and there will be a realization. There'll be an awakening to what it is that really matters to you. And that will be your guiding light as to making decisions about things moving forward. Okay, so often Freya is depicted as this radiant goddess, often associated with love, with beauty, fertility, and also war, believe it or not. She's portrayed with a strong, sort of fierce eyes and confident stance, hands on the waist, this superwoman stance, we could say, embodying both the gentleness and the warrior strength. Okay, Freya is often accompanied by sacred animals such as cats, falcons, symbolizing that independence, vision. And so that's Freya. She has the falcon wings here, we could see. And so what is that saying to me? That is, again, harmony and balance. The yin and yang, that has been a message throughout the reading also. And so, this representation of empowerment, beauty, inner strength. Okay, so again, real affirming, confirming cards coming through here. This strength, this grace. If there's one card that I would have picked in the tarot to reflect Freya, it is the strength card. This gentleness to be able to sort of confront the sort of animalistic nature out there. And really, it's encouraging you here to embrace your gentle but also fierce aspects, embodying that independence, confidence, courage to pursue your desires and stand strong in your truth. Finding your truth is part of that awakening, that aha moment. And so I think Freya's presence here in the reading signifies a time to embrace your inner power and your beauty. This is a period for empowerment where you are really encouraged to stand confidently in your truth, pursue your desires with both love and strength. Freya here reminding you of the importance of balancing gentleness with assertiveness and the need for nurture, to nurture your independence, to also nurture your courage here, okay? And so embrace that empowering energy of Freya. Allow yourself to feel strong, beautiful, gentle, and fierce. This is a time to really stand in your power, pursue your passions, confidently express your truth. And it's, again, Freya reminding you that true empowerment really comes from embracing all aspects of yourself, wholeness, completion, emotional mastery, allowing the emotions to move through you, not govern you. Okay, you are empowered to be able to do that at this time. And so remember, how can you stand more confidently in your truth to pursue your desires with strength and courage? What aspects of your life require balance between the gentleness and assertiveness? How can you cultivate a greater independence and truth and trust in your inner vision? Okay, so really, I sense a time of great empowerment, inner strength ahead for you. Really embrace the qualities of Freya. I think you'll be able to navigate this period with confidence, with courage, stand in your truth, pursue your desires, and balance love with assertiveness. If this resonates with you, then again, as I said, please go ahead, drop a sun in the comments. But thank you for trusting me, Maverick Mystic. I hope this has supported you and helped you here today. There's a lot of energy of joy and power and empowerment and strength here. And as always, thank you and see you next time. Hello and welcome in card number 3 to this, your reading, the projection of the next 6 months. We're going to be looking at month by month the progress, the messages that are going to come through here. But first, before we go into the anchor card, just take a nice deep breath, settle back, relax, be open, be curious, and be willing to see things from different perspectives and just receive the messages and see what resonates. And should the opening card not resonate with you, I'd love you to go ahead and choose from a different pile. But if it does, let's begin and let's go deeper. Okay, the Emperor. Depicted here as a regal figure seated on a throne adorned with ram heads in the corner and on the armrests, and really symbolizing authority, strength, but also, above all, leadership. He holds a spectre and an orb representing his power and his dominion. The landscape behind him is barren mountain, signifying stability, resilience, and structure. The symbolic meaning of this, representing really the themes of authority, of leadership, of structure, and a time of asserting control, establishing order, maintaining decisions with confidence, and making decisions with confidence. The Emperor really embodies the principle of discipline, stability, and the importance of rules and systems, we could say as well. So, right now I think you're in a phase where authority, where structure, where leadership are paramount. And I think the Emperor suggests here that you have the ability to take control of your situation, to establish order, and to make decisive decisions. Our nervous system doesn't respond very well to chaos, to the unknown, to the shadow realm, to ambiguity. And so it serves us sometimes to create a sense of stability and order for ourselves, okay? Maybe we'll dive deeper into this shadow realm, but it's not to say that you don't ever allow yourself to descend into chaos. That would be impossible. Life is a balance and a harmony of chaos and order, light and dark. So, it's how do we traverse the middle ground? Okay, so at this time, I think basically what is being called for you here is to embrace your role as a leader and to take control of your circumstances. We can be a leader for one person, ourselves. That's fine. It's really about embodying the energy and the archetype of a leader. And the Emperor is the paramount card that represents this. And it reminds you that you have the strength and you have the authority already to create order and stability in your life. And really by asserting your power with confidence and establishing clear rules and structures, you can really navigate your current situation effectively. And, when we talk about kingdom, we talk about sovereignty, we talk about agency. The Emperor here is reminding you that your reality around you, it's your responsibility to understand the boundaries of your kingdom, we could say, that surround you. And how does one express those boundaries so that people don't violate them, so people don't transgress them, so there's a level of respect. So there's a call for boundary recognition here that will create order and stability within the realm. And by realm, I mean your nearest, your inner circle, we could say, okay? And so all of that falls down to the Emperor to establish that. And so we'll dive into a little bit deeper as we go and the months go by and see what kind of patterns emerge out of that. But really, take charge of your situation. That's what's being called upon here. Make a decision with confidence. Trust in your ability to lead and to create order, okay? Focus on creating stability through discipline and clear boundaries. Implement systems, maybe rules that support your goals and provide a solid foundation, because people, when they interact with those solid boundaries, will respect it. But you have to be able to articulate them. So it's not so much what you don't want in your life as what you want. Okay, so if you start moving that way, expressing yourself that way, this is what I would like, that is very clear. It's very out there. And people go, oh, clear, got it. understand. But when we start to say, I don't want this, I don't want that, don't do this, it kind of becomes almost like a challenge to people. All right. So again, that's just a differentiation between that empowered emperor commanding his realm and creating order and structure, as some of the themes there. And so really, it's a time for you at this, before we go into the next 6 months. How can you embody the qualities of the emperor in your life? Are there areas where you need to assert more control or establish clearer boundaries? The emperor, I think, encouraging you here to take on that leadership role to create order through discipline and structure here, okay? And so I sense a period of empowerment for you and stability ahead. By embracing authoritative, structured energy of the emperor, I think you can really navigate your current situation with confidence and control. And so, again, should this resonate, this is the card for you, and we'll go deeper into it now, all right? So let's start with month 1. So what does the next month have in store for you? And we have the Two of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this card, the Two of Cups, it shows two figures exchanging cups, symbolizing this mutual respect, partnership, emotional connection. And above them is the caduceus. I nearly forgot the name of it, but this is the caduceus, and it symbolizes healing and balance, balanced energy. And at the lion's head here, indicating strength and passions in the union, strength and passion coming out of the union. And the union is an important word that we'll probably refer to. But, we're talking about a relationship forming here that's going to create a union. Rather than two people relating, they're doing it for a third emergent property, which is the relationship itself. Okay, so that's what we're talking about when we say a union. With the Seven of Swords, okay, this card depicts a figure walking away from a camp, carrying 5 swords, leaving 2 behind, and this figure looks back sort of cautiously, symbolizing maybe strategy or secrecy and the need for caution. All right, so those are the 2 cards. Let's dive into the Two of Cups a little bit more symbolically here. And as I say, it represents partnership, mutual respect, emotional connection, and it signifies a time of forming or even strengthening bonds, whether it's in romance, whether it's in friendship or collaboration. Okay, that's the what we're getting there. Whereas the Seven of Swords symbolizes strategy, deception also, and caution. So it indicates the need to be mindful of actions and to be sort of strategic in your approach, as there may be sort of hidden elements or agendas that need to, have sort of careful planning there. Okay, so again, the emperor has its sort of advisors and sort of people around him to be able to sort of keep an eye on things and be aware of deception and treachery that may be coming over the horizon. All right, so month 1 for me this month is you're likely to experience the formation of deepening or significant partnerships. But this could be a romantic relationship, like I said, or friendships, or even a business collaboration. However, I think because the Seven of Swords is there, it suggests that there may be some elements of caution needed in this relationship. I think it's important to be mindful and strategic in your interactions, and there might be sort of hidden aspects that require careful consideration. So it's not necessarily a romantic, but maybe more so a business sort of relationship here. But maybe that'll expose what that is in a bit more detail as we go through the months. But so treat that with openness at the moment. But really what it's saying is to embrace opportunities for connection. So be open to those opportunities for connection and partnerships, but also allow yourself to form those meaningful bonds based on mutual respect, okay, and emotional connection. So if you don't feel like it's a reciprocal relationship, then that's probably not the right one for you, whether it's romantically or otherwise. But it's, we're being encouraged here, I think, for you to be strategic, to be cautious in your interactions and trust your instincts. Be mindful of any hidden elements that may require careful planning, careful consideration. Okay, so focus on forming and strengthening bonds with those around you. Seek opportunities for collaboration and mutual support. Approach the new relationships, however, and partnerships with caution. Be strategic in your actions, and just be aware of hidden elements that might be requiring you to be planning carefully. All right, so really reflect on how you can sort of balance the emotional connection and mutual respect. With caution and strategy as well. Okay, are there relationships in your life that require careful consideration or strategic planning at the moment? Okay, you may form meaningful connections while the Seven of Swords is still inviting you to be mindful and strategic. Okay, I would say so. I do sense a period of meaningful connections for sure ahead of you, but also the need of caution ahead. So if you embrace the emotional bonds of the Two of Cups, and at the same time be strategic, I think you can navigate the month with balance and awareness. Balance and awareness. Okay, that's the message from month one, I would say. So really, imagine yourself exchanging cups with someone, feeling this mutual respect, emotional connection. Tune into that. How does that feel, right? Because there's a real juxtaposition happening here in month one. It's like, how can one both be open to that mutual reciprocal kind of relationships in my life while at the same time remaining strategic? Well, I would say you got to know where you're going in order to see if people are going to fit into the patterns that are required for you to get there, if that makes sense, right? So it's knowing where you're going, knowing what types of relationships are in your life currently. Are they reciprocal? If not, be cautious. That's kind of the message there for me. All right. Next, we have Judgment and the Hanged Man from month two. So as a visual description here with Judgment, we have some figures that are rising from their graves, responding to the call of an angel blowing a trumpet, and the scene symbolizing rebirth, awakening, the call to a higher purpose, and it signifies a time of self-evaluation and transformation and renewal. The Hanged Man, this card depicting a figure hanging upside down from a tree, hanging from one of his ankles, and with a sort of serene expression on his face despite what's happening, and the sort of glowing halo around his head indicating enlightenment and a new perspective. And the Hangman symbolizes surrender, letting go, seeing things from a different viewpoint. Okay, and so symbolically, Judgment representing that awakening, transformation, and the call to a higher purpose indicates a time of deep self-reflection, renewal, making important life decisions based on deeper understanding of oneself. Okay, this is the beginning of the call to adventure of the hero's journey, we could say. And the Hangman, the symbology here is all about surrender. It's all about suspension. But there is also an element of sacrifice. Maybe, there is elements of our life that we may have to sacrifice to let go of in order to welcome in what is aligned and truly aligned to us. But it's definitely the letting go of control. It's definitely a cause for pause, reflection, and allowing yourself to see situations from different angles, different perspectives. Okay, that can be tricky sometimes because it may bring into question certain belief structures that we've held dear for a long time. But remember, we are not our beliefs. Okay, we are so much more than that. Okay, so I think this month two, you are likely to experience a significant transformation or an awakening of some kinds. And I think this is a time of self-reflection, renewal, where you may feel called to evaluate your life and make important decisions. So alongside this, the Hangman, I think, suggests that you may need to surrender control and to see things from a new perspective. And this combination really highlights a month of profound inner change and enlightenment. Okay, so really embrace the transformative energy of Judgment card. Allow yourself to awaken to new possibilities and make decisions based on a deeper understanding of yourself. And the Hangman really encouraging you to let go of control, to really sort of soften the grip and gain new perspectives, and trust that by pausing, reflecting, you'll probably find a lot of clarity, a lot of enlightenment. Okay, so take time to evaluate your life, make decisions that align with your higher purpose, embrace the process of transformation, of renewal. Allow yourself to let go of control, see situations with a different viewpoint, and really embrace the sort of pause and trust that new insights will therefore emerge as a consequence of that. So, what else do we have here? Yeah, I just sense a period of profound transformation and enlightenment for you ahead, and really embracing this awakening energy of Judgment and the new sort of perspectives of the Hangman. I think you can navigate this month with clarity, with renewal. And yeah, I think you need to sort of be open to that. I think sometimes when we experience these profound awakenings, it can be some resistance associated with them, this letting go aspect. But it's important to take from month two here this awakening aspect with the letting go. Awakening, letting go, they go hand in hand. They are two sides of the same coin for the human experience, I would say. Month two, powerful month for you. Let's see what month three has in store for you. Okay, so we've got Eight of Wands and the Chariot. Now, I'm not entirely surprised that on the back of what we just saw in month two, there's a flurry of passion coming through. With the Eight of Wands depicting, these eight wands flying through the air, all moving swiftly in the same direction. The clear sky and the landscape below suggest a sense of speed, of movement and progress. And it symbolizes, this swift action, communication, rapid unfolding events, we could say. And the Chariot, on the other hand, showing this, well, there's a similar energy showing a determined figure standing in the chariot. It's pulled by two sphinxes, one black, one white, symbolizing opposing forces. The charioteer holds no reins, but really controls the sphinxes through sheer willpower, representing sort of victory, control, determination. Okay, so the Eight of Wands for me represents this rapid movement, swift action, flow of communication. It signifies a time when things are really moving quickly, and decisions and actions are happening at a fast pace. So you come into decisions, taking action, decision, taking action. And again, on the back end of this awakening experience, I'm not surprised, as I said, that this is happening. The chariot symbolizes victory, determination, and control, and it indicates a time of overcoming obstacles through just sheer willpower and focus, driving forward with confidence. This is like the summer of your sort of season, if you will, with that high peak energy. Also notice the star adorning the crown of the charioteer himself, symbolic of a guiding principle, a higher value, or maybe an act of service, whatever resonates with you there. But there is definitely a vision that's guiding your actions with intention, and willpower is coursing throughout. So, this month you are likely to experience a period of swift movements, rapid progress. There's events that may unfold quickly, and you may find yourself sort of needing to make fast decisions and take immediate actions. Alongside this, like I said, the chariot suggesting that you will need to harness your determination and control to really navigate these rapid changes successfully. Having a North Star to guide you is going to really, really serve you well. And I think this combination really highlights a month of dynamic energy and the need for that focused determination. So really embrace the swift movement and rapid progress in month 3 that's going to come. Allow yourself to flow with this fast pace and sort of take decisive actions. And the chariot reminds you to really harness your willpower, your determination to steer through the dynamic period with a sense of confidence, a sense of control. Trust in your ability to overcome obstacles and really achieve success. Okay, so yeah, be prepared to act quickly. I think that's what's the main message here. Quickly and decisively. Stay open to the rapid changes and maintain that sort of clear communication to navigate the fast-paced period that's there in month 3. Embrace your inner strength, your willpower. Maintain that control and drive forward with confidence. Focus on your goals. Stay determined in the face of challenges. Remember, the North Star isn't a goal. Okay, the goals are the stepping stones towards the North Star. All right, so make that distinction, but really focus on one goal at a time, taking those decisive actions. And reflect also how can you balance the rapid movement with swift action. That sort of comes with the Eight of Wands, with the sort of determination and control of the chariot. Are there areas, you don't want it to basically just run away with itself. Okay, so there is a balance to be struck here. Are there areas in your life where you need to sort of act quickly and decisively at the moment? I think the Eight of Wands encouraging you to embrace the fast pace, while the chariot, again, inviting you to maintain control and focus on your goals. Okay, so again, questions like, what areas of your life are currently experiencing some rapid movements and change? How can you maintain the control and determination while navigating these fast-paced events? What goals are you focused on right now? And how can you sort of harness your willpower to achieve them? All right, what needs to get done? And so, I do sense a period of dynamic energy, swift progress ahead. Embrace the rapid movement of the Eight of Wands, harnessing the determination of the chariot. I think you're going to be able to navigate this month with confidence, with control. And it's a lot of energy there. Harnessing it is going to be the key. So, really imagine yourself riding that wave of rapid movement, but feeling this sort of swift energy propelling you forward. And visualize yourself as the charioteer, holding the reins of determination with control, steering confidently towards your goals, and feel the sort of balance of swift action, focused determination. That real harmonious combination there. I think it's going to be, to say the least, an exciting month in month 3, shall we say. Right, let's see what month 4 has in store, in particular on the back of such powerful experience, month 3, if you embrace it fully. So now we have the Queen of Wands and strength. Wow, leadership, wonderful. And so with the Queen of Wands, we see here a confident queen seated on her throne, holding a wand with sunflowers blooming around her, and a black cat that sits at her feet, symbolizing intuition, independence. And the queen really exudes warmth, vitality, and charisma. And the strength card, again, this is shows a serene figure gently holding open the jaws of a lion. The woman, she's adorned with flowers, and the infinity symbol above her head, exuding that sort of calmness, confidence, symbolizing inner strength, courage, and compassion. And so, with the Queen of Wands, really representing that confidence, creativity, and determination, she signifies a time of vibrant energy, of leadership, embracing one's passions with warmth, with enthusiasm, And strength really symbolizing inner strength and courage and the ability to overcome challenges with grace being the key word there, I would say. And I think it signifies mastery over one's emotions as well, and the power of compassion and patience. And when I say mastery over our emotions, I don't mean to control and subdue them or repress or suppress them in any way. What I mean is that once we have a full grasp of the emotions, energy, and motion that we experience as humans, um, we can hold space for ourselves and the emotions to move and to feel them transmute through our body. Fear, anger, jealousy. Fear, anger, jealousy. These are the root emotions that are in all humans, and they are animalistic in nature. Okay, and when we allow ourselves to be governed by our animalistic emotions of fear, anger, and jealousy, then we are but animals, and we are not at the reins of our higher selves. We're not in control of ourselves. So when we say control, it's understanding that love, joy, enlightenment, these are all higher states of emotions that we also experience. And these transcendent emotions are not available to animals. But if we are always controlled by fear, anger, jealousy, then we are, essentially we're not in control, right? We're at those base levels. So mastery over the emotions is what that is represented here in the strength card. Okay, so this month, which is month 1, 2, 3, 4, month 4, okay, is, for me, it's encouraging you to embrace the vibrant energy and confidence of the Queen of Wands. I think you're going to be in a position to take leadership roles, to really pursue your passions. And I think really be able to express your ideas with that enthusiasm. Alongside this, the strength card really suggesting that you will also need to harness your inner strength, your courage to navigate those challenges with grace and compassion. And I think this combination really highlights a month filled with opposites for leadership and the need for calm confidence, right? So it's a real juxtaposition in a way, but it's almost a style of leadership, to be honest. And so really embrace your inner Queen of Wands, and just let your confidence and your creativity shine. Let that guide you. Take on leadership roles, pursue your passions with vigor. The strength card, again, reminding you to approach the challenges with grace, with patience, using your inner strength to overcome obstacles. And trust your ability to lead with warmth, to navigate those difficulties with a sort of calm confidence. And so, yeah, step into that power. Let your creativity, your enthusiasm guide you. Take initiative this month to lead with confidence. Show your courage in the face of adversity. Use that compassion as a guiding force, both for yourself, first and foremost, and then others. I say first and foremost because the most important relationship in our life is the relationship to ourselves. If we don't have that, really, it's very difficult to nurture any other relationship. And so I think the overall encouragement here is to really reflect on how you can channel your confidence, your creativity with the Queen of Wands in your life as an archetype. Are there opportunities for you to really step into leadership roles or embrace your passions more fully at this time? The Queen of Wands really encouraging you to take bold steps forward, while at the same time, the Strength card's inviting you to navigate challenges with grace and compassion. Grace and compassion. Those are the real words that keep standing out to me there. So yeah, what areas in your life right now can you approach with more confidence and creativity? How can you take leadership roles at the moment to inspire others with enthusiasm, with passion? There will be opportunities in month 4 for you to step up as a leader. What challenges are you currently facing? How can you use your inner strength now, today, with compassion to overcome them? Compassion for yourself first and then others, okay? So yeah, it's going to be month 5. I sense a real vibrant energy and determination ahead. Really embracing the confidence and creativity, staying focused on your goals. I think you will overcome any obstacles and achieve success. All right, so powerful month 5 for you, that's for sure. Let's keep going. Month 6. Okay, we're going to project out to month 6, and we have the 8 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. And I know I said month 6, but it's not. This is month 5, and this was month 4. Okay, month 4. My apologies. Let's go. 8 of Pentacles. So what we have here is shows a craftsman diligently working on creating pentacles, focusing intently on his craft, and he's surrounded by the finished articles, the pentacles there on the wall, and symbolizing sort of dedication to mastery. And the Wheel of Fortune depicts a large wheel surrounded by various symbols and figures representing sort of cycles of nature or of life, and the wheel, turning signifies change, cycles, the role of destiny, the role of fate as well. And so, yeah, the representation of hard work with the 8 of Pentacles is rooted in that dedication and the pursuit of mastery. And it signifies a period of focused effort, skill development, and the rewards of a diligent work. This is month 5, remember. And symbolizing here with a Wheel of Fortune, cycles, change, and destiny, it indicates that the events of this month, month 5, may be influenced by the turning of the wheel, suggesting the changes of fortune and the importance of adaptability. But also notice there's a message of like the universe has your back and trust in that, right? We have the Hanged Man. Month 2 was all about really getting to grips and understanding, seeing it from different perspectives, but also being open to new possibilities, new perspectives. So trusting that the universe does have your back and truly feeling into that is going to be something that is going to be emerging for you in month 5, it appears. You're likely to experience a period of intense focus, dedication with your work. And I think this time is a time to really hone your skills, pay attention to detail, commit to your craft, whatever that may be. And alongside this, the Wheel of Fortune suggesting that, changes in fortune and unexpected events may play a significant role also, and be open to them. So the combination of these cards really highlights the importance of balancing hard work and with adaptability to the natural rhythms and cycles of life, I would say. So really, I would say embrace the dedication and hard work with the Eight of Pentacles, commit to mastering that craft and focusing on your goals. And the Wheel of Fortune reminding you to stay adaptable, to also be open to changes that life brings, and trust in the cycles of fortune, and know that your efforts will align with the flow of destiny. If you're open to that. Focus on your work and diligence and dedication. Strive for excellence and take pride in the details of your craft, while staying open to changes and unexpected twists of fate, and embrace the cycles of nature. I think those are the main messages coming through here, really reflecting on how you can balance the focused effort of the Eight of Pentacles and the adaptability suggested by the Wheel of Fortune. Are there areas in your life that you need to sort of dedicate more time to and effort? How can you remain open to the changes and opportunities that will come your way? So month 5, I sense a period of focused effort, significant change ahead. Embracing the dedication of the Eight of Pentacles and staying adaptable to the cycles of the wheels of fortune here. I think you can navigate this month with skill and grace. Again, that word grace coming through for me there, as we explore with the Strength card. Okay, let's go now to month 6, as promised before. And let's see how this period is going to culminate and what's going to have in store for you. And we have Justice and we have the Ace of Swords. So with Justice, we have a figure here seated on a throne holding a balanced scale in one hand and a sword in the other. The figure wears a crown, symbolizing authority and fairness at the same time, and the scales representing that balance and that impartiality that we all wish all laws would be applied with, often are not, but it doesn't mean that we can't. And the sword signifies clarity, it signifies truth and the power to make decisions, and we're having it reinforced here with the Ace of Swords. But this also, we see here that there is a hand emerging from a cloud holding a sharp upright sword with a crown at the top, symbolizing triumph, clarity, new beginnings. Clear sky indicates the mental clarity associated with this as well, and the ability to sort of cut through the confusion. All right, so symbolically we have that as truth as well. So it starts with finding our truth, and once we get a good grasp of our truth, then the air becomes clearer and our decision making much easier, I would say. We also with Justice we have associations of fairness, okay, as well as balance, and the rule of law, and I think it signifies a time of making fair and sort of balanced decisions. Month 6, seeking truth above all, and dealing with matters of justice and responsibility as well, is associated with that card. As I said, with Ace of Swords symbolizing that truth and new intellectual beginnings, new ideas, new thought forms, it indicates a time of mental clarity above all. At the 6-month point for me, there's decisive actions also associated with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the ability to sort of cut through the confusion and sort of obstacles with precision, and then take some bold action is also at this time I think will be presented to you. So take confidence and solace in that, I would say. You're likely to experience a period of seeking truth, fairness, and balance throughout this period, and I think it's a time to make those fair and balanced decisions as well, and to deal with any sort of matters requiring impartiality with responsibility. There's a call here. The judgment we had, that call to adventure, right? There is a call for justice to be had here, doing the right thing for the sake of doing the right thing, we could say, right? So maybe there is some sort of call there for you, waiting for you, and to take that sort of leadership role in there as well. So really, at this time, embrace the fairness and balance of justice. Make decisions with a clear mind and seek truth in all matters. The truth will set you free. And I think, it reminds us to really trust our mental clarity and to make decisions and take actions from that place. You have the ability to cut through the confusion and obstacles in month 6. It's there for you, and to sort of cut through with precision and to pursue any new intellectual beginnings with confidence. Also, what I associate with the sword, the Ace of Swords in general, is really to understand the mastery of the sword. We don't have to have the sword drawn out to have an effect to those around us. We can have it put away in the scabbard, as it were, metaphorically. And if we have a good grip of our core truth and we walk around with that core truth, people will respect that. People will sense that. We will gain a sense of authority energetically from that. At the end of the day, a sword can cut. The truth can cut. And we have to be masterful in how we use it. And some people will not be able to contend with that and won't be able to be around that sort of bright, shining truth, or energetically at least. And so it may highlight things in others. So be aware of that, the mastery of truth, and to sort of deliver it in a just way, we could say. All right. Just as an example, just to add some context to that, if we, in our self-exploration, discover certain aspects about our relationship with our parents, and then we go directly to our parents immediately after discovering it and sort of hitting them around the head with this truth that we've discovered, that is not going to serve anyone. All right, there's no mastery in that, and so compassion is what's being called for when we discover the sword of truth, and mastery above all how we use it. Okay, truth. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself or anyone. At the very least, but speak truth. At the very least, don't lie. What else? What else do I have here? Again, just focus on fair, balanced decisions. Trust your ability to really think clearly and to take those decisive actions in month 6. Reflect on how you can embody this sort of fairness and this balance and just way, also harnessing that mental clarity that comes from the Ace of Swords. All right. I sense, as I said, a period of truth seeking, truth finding as well, but also with that balanced judgment, intellectual clarity is coming, and really embrace fairness and justice to guide you, and I think you can navigate this month with confidence, with precision. It's going to be very impactful, and I think that's probably going to speak into a lot of elements of leadership as well that we saw with the anchoring card here. And so before I go ahead and reveal the divine message for your reading here today, if this has resonated for you so far, I'd love you to go ahead and drop a crown into the comments. Please comment as well. Let me know how this has landed for you. And if you're claiming this reading, thank you, as always, for trusting me for this. But let us now dive into the Divine Feminine Oracle to see what message there is for you today. And we have Rabia, the Queen of Saintly Women. And she represents a divine love, really. She's often depicted here, as we see, as a radiant figure, exuding this warmth, often shown with this aura of light around her, symbolizing that connection to the divine and her embodiment of pure love and devotion. We see here, I'm in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. And look, the main message that's resonating for me here, for you to receive and hear today, is that ask yourself, what would someone who loved themselves do in any situation? When you're making a decision, where you're trying to be fair and just and a leader and compassionate to yourself and find your inner strength, what would someone who loved themselves do? Immediately you're going to be confronted by a truth. A truth will emerge in your mind. Now, whether you make that decision to follow through with that truth and take that decision, make that action, that's going to be the journey for you, I think, here. And so, Rabia is guided by love. She is in service to love. And, there's a lot of courage involved in that. What would someone who loved themselves do? That could be walking away from a relationship that doesn't serve you. That's very courageous. But truly, if someone who loved themselves would make that decision, then it is always going to be in your best interest to follow through with that truth. Now, we can do that in a just and a fair way, and in a gentle way, in a kind way, a compassionate way, for sure. But, it's just a message that resonated for me here, for you to hear today. I would say that is what is being called for. And, sometimes we have to make tough decisions, especially as leaders. And so following that mantra, what would someone who loved themselves do, is going to be so powerful that I just want to repeat that for you to hear. The sword of truth is not easy to bear. As I said, there will be consequences to really taking responsibility and ownership of your truth. Many people live their lives in the shadows, avoiding responsibility and not speaking truth and hope to get away with it. That, trust me, they will not. Eventually it catches up with them. But for you, I feel like there is a calling here for you to step into your leadership, to own your truth, and to be guided by love. And I hope that this message serves you well. I hope that you'll be able to embrace it and know that you have all the tools at your disposal. You have the courage, compassion, and wisdom already inherent in you. Trust, trust, trust. And I hope that this message serves you well. And thank you again for trusting me, Maverick Mystic, on this reading here today. And I really look forward to doing it again sometime soon. Take care. Hello and welcome in card number 4 to this, your reading, what the next 6 months looks like for you. We're going to begin first, before we explore the anchor card to set the theme for this reading and to really help you tune in, see if you resonate with it. I'd love you to just arrive in this space right now. Take a nice deep breath. Allow yourself to rest into a position of openness, receptivity. Trust your intuition. Allow the insights to come and really enter into a space of contemplation, not necessarily concentration, not meditation, but somewhere in the middle, contemplation, to gain the maximum amount of access to the information and knowledge that's going to come through the reading for you here today. And so let's begin. So we have the anchoring card that's going to really set the tone for where you are currently right now, and it's the moon. And the moon, as a description here, we see it depicts a large luminous moon in the night sky, illuminating a path between two towers. And there's a below we see a scene where a dog and a wolf, they sort of howl at the moon, and a sort of crayfish emerges from the water. And this scene is mysterious, is sort of dreamlike, symbolizing sort of intuition, illusions, and the subconscious mind. And it signifies a time of uncertainty, mystery, where not everything is as it seems. There's the moon sort of encourages you to trust your intuition at this point and to explore your subconscious mind to uncover hidden truths and insights. So in many ways, it's a very introspective card. And if we treat this as the sort of exploration of where you currently are, you're in a period of introspection, is what I'm getting from this. Okay, so your intuition, your subconscious mind, they're playing a significant role at the moment. It's suggesting to me that there may be uncertainty, some hidden aspects in your current situation, and I think this is a time to really trust your instincts and to delve deeper into your subconscious to uncover some hidden truths that need to be made contact with. I would say, be aware that the things may not be as they seem externally, and I think it's important to navigate this period with a sense of caution and to be open to explore and find clarity. So really, the message here is one of embracing the mystery of and the intuition of the moon here, and trust your inner voice and allow yourself to explore the depths of your subconscious mind. This is a time to uncover hidden truths and gain deeper insights by navigating this period. I think with intuition and clarity, you will be able to reveal the underlying realities of your situation. And it's very much like the external experiences that you're having are tied to and correlate with the internal realities that you have. So there is definitely a two-way thing going on there. And for me, it's really about listening to your inner voice and trust your instincts, allow your intuition to really guide your decisions and your actions at this time. Delve deeper into your subconscious mind, reflect on your dreams as well, your emotional landscape, and any hidden sort of aspects of your situation to uncover deeper truths. Okay, so I would say definitely, reflect on how you can harness the intuitive and the mysterious energy of the moon in your life. Are there aspects of your situation that seem sort of unclear or hidden? The moon, I think, is encouraging you here to trust your intuition, to explore the subconscious mind and uncover these insights. Okay, so at the moment, I sense a period of introspection, intuitive exploration. I think by embracing the mysterious energy of the moon and trusting your intuition, you can really navigate this phase with a sense of clarity and uncover some deeper truths. All right, so let us now delve into the period of the first month. So what you can expect in the coming month as potential. And to accompany the moon, we have the star. So lots of symbology going on here. So first, we have the star depicting, it depicts here a serene sort of figure kneeling by a pool of water. She's pouring water from two jugs. Above her is a large star shining brightly, surrounded by smaller stars. And the scene is tranquil, it's hopeful, symbolizing inspiration, renewal, and a sense of hope. Whereas the Knight of Swords, we have a knight, really charging forward on his horse. The sword is raised high with a look of determination and focus, and the sky is sort of turbulent, symbolizing swift action, determination, and a sort of relentless pursuit of goals. And the symbology with the star representing hope, inspiration, and renewal, it signifies a time of healing, of clarity, and the light at the end of the tunnel, I would say. And so this, really coming on the back end of the current situation, of this introspection that you find yourself in, the star encourages you to have faith in yourself and your path. The stars also symbolizes the North Star as a guiding thing. That could be your why, that could be your vision for yourself, your family, or whatever it may be, your mission. But to have that star is going to really support you at this time. With the Knight of Swords symbolizing this swift action, this determination and focus, it indicates there's a time of decisively pursuing your goals with energy and commitment, often in a dynamic and challenging environment that you find yourself in. Okay, so I think this first month to come, you're likely to experience a period of inspiration and hope, as indicated by the star, and this is a time for healing, for renewal, where you can feel a sense of clarity and optimism about your future. And alongside this, with the Knight of Swords suggesting that you will also need to harness your determination to take those swift, decisive actions. The combination of these cards really highlights a month of inspired action, focused pursuit of your goals, I would say. So really embrace the hope and the inspiration brought for the star. Allow yourself to heal, to renew your spirit, find clarity and optimism in your path, okay? And the Knight of Swords reminding you to take decisive action to pursue your goals with determination and focus. Trust in your ability to navigate the challenges with that sense of clarity that is going to come in this first month, all right? So really, again, just to reiterate, focus on healing and renewing of your spirit. Embrace the sense of hope and clarity with the star. Channel your energy and determination to pursue your goals with focus and commitment. And be prepared to act swiftly and decisively. So, you can reflect on how you can sort of bring balance and healing in an inspiration of the star with the determined action of the Knight of Swords. That's a good exercise there. And are there areas in your life where you need to find hope and clarity? The star really encouraging you to embrace renewal and inspiration, while the Knight of Swords, again, inviting you to take that bold, decisive action. Okay. So I do sense a period of inspired action and renewal ahead for you. But embrace hope, embrace clarity, and I think those two things will serve you well. It may serve you to imagine yourself under the bright light of a star as a visualization exercise to ground this in, feeling a sense of hope and renewal. Allow this light to really heal and inspire you. Then visualize yourself as the Knight of Swords here, charging forward with determination, with focus, with the bright light at your back, feeling the energy of clarity and guiding you to take that decisive action towards your goals. Okay, so first month is really coming out of the current state of introspection, we could say. Month 2, we have the Page of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. And with the Page of Wands, we have a young figure holding a wand, looking upwards with enthusiasm, the desert landscape around him symbolizing sort of untapped potential, new beginnings of a new journey. And I think his attire also, and his stance indicating a sort of eagerness and the pursuit of these new adventures. With the Four of Pentacles depicts a figure sitting on a stool, holding onto the onto four pentacles. One is balanced on his head, 2 under his feet, and I think he clutches one tightly in his chest, and the image represents a strong attachment to material possessions and a sort of need for security and control. Okay, so symbolically, again, the top one with the Page of Wands representing enthusiasm, exploration, new beginnings. It signifies a time of inspiration, curiosity, and the desire to embark on new adventures or in creative projects. And the juxtaposition of the Four of Wands here symbolizing holding on to possessions, seeking security, and the fear of loss. It indicates a time for really focusing on financial stability, but also warns against becoming too rigid, I think, and possessive also. And so month 2, we're looking at these real polarizing energies, we could say, likely to feel a surge of enthusiasm and desire to explore new possibilities. And I think indicated here by the Page of Wands, there is a sense of excitement and readiness to embark on these new adventures. However, I think the Four of Pentacles suggesting this need for balance While it's important to seek security and stability, of course, be mindful of becoming a little bit too attached or rigid in the approach of material possessions. Embrace the excitement and the inspiration of the page of wands. Allow yourself to explore new ideas, adventures with enthusiasm, and at the same time, just recognize the importance of financial stability and security, while striving to find a balance between pursuing the opportunities and maintaining a sense of security. So it's like that's the balance there that's being called out of us here in or being pointed out to us in month 2. Follow your curiosity, explore new opportunities, be open to learning and trying new things, but maintain that healthy balance between seeking security and allowing yourself the freedom to explore. Okay, potentially investing in those opportunities to travel, explore new perspectives and possibilities, maybe that sort of balance, while not spending all your money, going all in financially to those adventures, right? So there's that balance to be striking there in month 2. And yeah, I guess, just reflect on how you can balance the enthusiastic sort of adventurous energy of the page of wands and the need for security, right? It's just be open to that. What opportunities or adventures are you excited to explore? How can you balance the pursuit of new experiences with the need for financial stability? Because there may be opportunities on the horizons, and there often are, right? When we go traveling and etc., we encounter new ways of being. And there are other areas in your life where you may be holding on too tightly. Can you release some of that rigidity? Is there a process there waiting for you to explore? This sort of the hidden element of that. What are the fears that are in the subconscious terrain that may be holding you back? What are some of the potential limiting beliefs that are causing this sort of potential scarcity mindset that are clutching onto it tightly? Can you tune into the abundance mindset, right? So these are the sort of exercises and practices that may benefit you in month 2. But I do sense a period of enthusiastic exploration and the need for balance ahead. I think that's the general theme coming for me for month 2. All right, let's keep going, and let's go to month 3. Okay, here and here, the Devil and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so balance is definitely there. There's definitely a material sort of possessiveness happening again, the rigidity, being trapped by. These are some of the themes here. And as a way of description, for the card, we see this figure, this horned devilish figure towering over 2 individuals who appear to be chained. But notice that the chains are loose, and it's suggesting that the bondage is voluntary and can be broken. And look, the devil symbolizes temptation, materialism. We can see, on his head, the pentacle itself, and we have the pentacles, representing that material realm, financial material, tangible. And so we see here atop his head is the pentacle, symbolizing that is the top priority is materialism, right? And to really have things materialized, and an unhealthy attachment to that, or prioritizing materialism above all else, as symbolized by the Devil card, is problematic for the human experience. Okay, it creates bondage, it creates a sense of unhealthy addiction patterns, etc., etc. All right, so just bear that in mind. Now, the 2 of Pentacles has this figure juggling 2 pentacles with a sort of infinity symbol linking them. The sea behind him is turbulent, which is symbolizing the constant ups and downs of life. And the figure of balanced stance indicates the need to manage multiple responsibilities with flexibility and balance, right? So it's a real symbolic signal here of the ups and downs of life. That's the big one to take from this, and how we sort of navigate and challenge it. And that's the eternal dance. In the human experience, it is a dance. And it's not the rigidity of the 4 of Pentacles, the rigidity of the Devil in its prioritization of material planes only, creates unhealthy patterns. And so really is to acknowledge the healthy sort of dance. And so there's a real juxtaposition here that's coming into awareness for month 3 for me here. It's an interesting dance between the 2, actually. And so, that devil representing temptation, addiction, and the feelings of being trapped by those material desires or unhealthy patterns could be connected here, as we saw in month 2, sort of like, scarcity patterns. And the 2 of Pentacles symbolizing balance, adaptability, juggling multiple responsibilities, indicating the time to manage various aspects of our life with flexibility, maintain balance amidst the chaos in the background. And so, I think month 3, we're seeing this month that you may face those challenges related to temptation or feeling trapped by certain aspects of your life potentially. And I think it's time to recognize and confront these influences. The light bearer that is, symbolically associated with the devil is all about shining a light in the areas that we don't want light to be shone. Do you have the courage to go there and face that? And ironically, through that process, you break the chains of bondage to our addiction patterns, to our codependencies, to our material attachments through the shadow realm. Okay, so there's a lot of introspection patterns coming up here in this reading, from the moon to the exploration of the subconscious through the devil and the patterns and the limiting beliefs, etc. Because even our belief structures that we are attached to, if we misunderstand that, they are not who we are, right? Our belief patterns and structures that we have are not us. They're just things we've adopted along the way. But if we identify with those and we think that we are those, then we become addicted to even our own thought patterns. And that is not good. That will not lead us to a healthy, joyous, vibrant existence. So, there's a real call here in month 3 to be very introspective and, I would say, confront some of these limiting beliefs, I would say. So all in all, look, embrace the challenge of confronting and overcoming the negative influences symbolized by the devil, but recognize your power to break free from unhealthy patterns and material desires, that you have this power. And the Two of Pentacles reminding you to be adaptable, balanced in your responsibilities as well, with flexibility. Tune into the rise and fall of life, not resisting either one, and trust in your ability to really navigate the challenges with the grace, while maintaining equilibrium in the eternal dance of life. Okay, so yeah, I'd say that, look, just as a reminder, just acknowledge any areas of your life where you feel trapped or influenced by negative patterns. Recognize that you have the power to really change these situations, and focus on maintaining balance amidst your values, your various sort of responsibilities. Stay adaptable and flexible to manage those ups and downs. I think is the main message coming through here for the 3rd month. Okay, it's a period of confronting negative influences and maintaining balance ahead. All right, but you have all the power and all the ability to do so, is what I'm getting from that. Okay, so let's go to month 4, shall we? Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Right. So this card, the Knight of Pentacles, depicting a knight on a really sturdy horse, holding a pentacle firmly in the hands, and the theme of the pentacles running through again strong here. And the landscape is calm and fertile, symbolizing steady progress, reliability, practical efforts. Okay, so there's this steadiness. It's not a full abandonment of the pentacles. It's just how we hold it. How do we hold our material relationship? Okay, there's some clues coming through here. The Hangman, this card shows a figure hanging upside down from a tree by 1 foot, with a sort of serene expression on his face. We can see there. Okay, he also has a glowing halo around his head, indicating enlightenment, a new perspective. And Hangman symbolizes, surrender, letting go, and seeing things from a different viewpoint. Okay, so yeah. The symbology, again, associated with these cards represents hard work, dedication, methodical progress, signifies a time of steady, reliable efforts towards achieving goals. All right, so that's the pattern and the rhythm and the cadence of this card. Whereas the Hangman symbolizes surrender, suspension, gaining a new perspective. It indicates a time for letting go of control, pausing, allowing yourself to see situations from a different angle. So this month, for me, you have the opportunity to take steady, reliable progress towards your goals. And this is a time for methodical work, for dedication, practical efforts. And alongside this, with the Hangman suggesting that you may need to really surrender control, gain a new perspective on your situation. The combination of these cards, to me, highlights the importance of balancing that steady effort with the willingness to pause and see things differently, I would say. So yeah, embrace that steady, reliable progress, and commit to your goals with that dedication and practical efforts, and surrender control when necessary, and to sort of see things from that new perspective, trusting that balancing of that hard work, moments, pause and reflection. Hard work, pause and reflection. I think that's going to be the cycle in particular for the 4th month. Okay, what else? Yeah, just look, I think take this time now to reflect on how you can balance the steady progress of the Knight of Pentacles with the surrender of the Hangman, Are there areas in your life where you need to dedicate more time and effort? I think if you commit to your goals at this moment, is a positive thing. Remembering that it's going to take a little bit of cadence over a longer period of time to achieve, but also pause and gain new insights as you progress. Okay, it's definitely a period in the fourth month of steady progress, new insights ahead. Embrace the dedication of the Knight of Pentacles and the willingness to see things differently with the Hanged Man. I think you can navigate this month with balance and effectiveness at this time. All right. Okay, let's now turn to month 5, shall we? 2 cards again. Okay, 4 of Cups, Ace of Wands. Okay, so 4 of Cups. This card depicts a figure, as we see here, sitting under a tree, his arms are crossed and looking down, seemingly sort of unaware of the cup being offered by a hand emerging from a cloud, and the figure appears to be quite introspective, disconnected in the picture. The Ace of Wands, we have a card here, the card showing a hand really emerging from a cloud holding a sprouting wand, symbolizing new beginnings, inspiration, and creative potential. And with the 4 of Cups here, it represents contemplation, rejuvenation as well, but also reevaluation, not rejuvenation, reevaluation. So you're sort of reevaluating the options that lay ahead of you. But there is a little despondence energy about it. There's a little bit of there's a disconnect. There's a little slight disconnect. It signifies a time to reflect on the current situation and consider new opportunities that may be overlooked potentially. And the Ace of Wands really symbolizing new beginnings, inspiration, and creative energy. It indicates that a time of exciting opportunities and fresh ideas and the potential for growth. So there's a juxtaposition happening here between these 2 cards. But I think this month you may find yourself in a period of contemplation and reevaluation, which is fine. You might be feeling a little, what I'm saying here is expect potential energies of disconnection. Maybe some disconnect, but discontentment as well with your current situation in month 5. I think it highlights the importance of staying open to new opportunities also while reflecting on your current state, right? So always having the ray of hope in all of these feelings, and just remember that the emotional space is going to be influencing you here, because the cups are the sign of the emotional landscape. And so emotionally you may be feeling a little down, a little constricted, but just have that ray of hope that new opportunities will come, and being open to that is all you need to be in those moments where the dip of the energy is. All right, just remember the ebbs and flows that we saw here, indicating the natural rhythms of life, and just to be open to those new opportunities, because they will come, rather than remaining stuck in the rut. You know what I'm saying? Holding on to that rigidity. This rigidity, the shadow aspect here, is what's going to keep you stuck in that dip, rather than being open and curious, where the opportunity to rise again is always there perpetually. That's the sort of message there, really. I think, so really embrace the period of contemplation, reevaluation that may come. Allow yourself to reflect on the current situation, consider what might be missing or overlooked, is what's being called for. And I think the Ace of Wands encouraging you to stay open to new opportunities and inspiration. There's the 2 hands coming from the clouds here. There's an opportunity for a new emotional experience. There's an opportunity for a new passion to emerge. It's always there. And I think that's what's going to basically arrive around, we see here in month 5, is this new opportunity that may be coming your way. Reflect on how you can balance the introspective energy of the 4 of Cups and the inspirational energy of the Ace of Wands. Are there areas in your life where you feel a little disconnected or discontent? The 4 of Cups really encouraging you to contemplate that, to reevaluate it, and to sort of really harness the energy of the Wands here, inviting you to embrace the new beginnings, new creative opportunities that may come as a result of that contemplation. Create the space for you to be in contemplation, and new ideas, perspectives will come in. Remembering that we have the Hanged Man in the thread as well. Being able to see it from different perspectives is going to be super, super, super valuable for you at this time, generally for the next 6 months. I think that's going to serve you really well. All right, let's go to month 6 now, shall we? and we have the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Cups. And this is another juxtaposed set of cards in month 6, we could say. And we see here with the Eight of Swords, a figure, bound and blindfolded, surrounded by 8 swords, forming a sort of cage. And the landscape is sort of desolate and grey, and symbolizing feelings of sort of restriction, fear, and there's a sense of being trapped. And the figure's sort of bindings are loose, which indicates that escape is possible, right? There's always that sort of ray of hope, that escape hatch, we could say. Whereas the Ten of Cups depicts a joyful family, beneath a rainbow of the Ten of Cups, symbolizing ultimate happiness, emotional fulfillment, harmony. And the scene is idyllic. It has a home, there's lush landscape in the background, representing that domestic bliss, that contentment. And so really the Eight of Swords representing feelings of restriction, of fear, being trapped by circumstances or negative thoughts. And really that's harping back to the devil and the messages that we got from there, that stuckness, that trapment in the material realm especially. But this is also a reminder that our mental constructs are fundamentally what may create our reality downstream. What I mean by that is that we start with this, and this is a hermetic principle, that we start with the mental constructs that we inhabit or we have in possession. Whether we're given that, whether we choose to take on those, doesn't really matter, but those mental constructs are going to influence the thoughts that we have. It's almost like wearing a different lens with which to see the world through and interpret the world around us and our place in it. They will inform the thoughts that we have, negative or positive, about ourselves and the world. From those thoughts, then we will have associated feelings and emotions associated to those thoughts. We will then speak a certain language in a certain way, which we will then act out, which we will then materialize. Okay, so it's mental frameworks, thought patterns, emotions, words, and then deeds and actions. That's how you materialize the reality around you. Now that can be subconscious, unaware of it, and you're just creating it, and then you're just experiencing it out there. Or you could be very intentional and conscious and aware of it and create the reality that you want for yourself out there, or take full responsibility for the reality that you have currently in your life and reverse engineer it all the way back to the frameworks, the philosophies, if you will, that you have about life, your place in it. And once you start to investigate it at that level, and then you start to reverse engineer it, you'll start to realize that you can actually manifest the reality that you actually want to live into. Okay, and so this in month 6 is really about asking you to explore those mental constructs and frameworks that you may be inhabiting at the moment and how they may not be best serving you. Okay, and oftentimes there's a lack of willingness to sort of go there. Again, what I would say about that is that we sometimes conflate the beliefs, structures that we have, i.e. the mental frameworks and philosophies that we have about life and our place in it. We conflate that with who we actually are, where most of the time we sort of inhabit these belief structures that we inherit from our peers, our family members, and society at large, and we just sort of go along with it because ultimately we want to belong, but actually what we end up doing is fitting in. Fitting in and belonging are two completely different energies, different spectrums. Fitting in is a fear-based mechanism where you inhabit the belief systems that you don't actually align with just to fit in. That's that card there. Or belonging is tuning into the North Star, your truth, okay, who you really authentically are, and that's done through introspection work. Delve into the subconscious to actually get to know who you are. And then you begin to sort of understand the universe and your place in it and adopt different philosophies and frameworks. And then that's going to start influencing your thought patterns about yourself and, and how you speak to yourself, how you speak to the world, and the types of actions and behaviors and habits that you're going to form accordingly, right? That is actually the law of manifestation. That is how that works, okay? But it all starts with the first principle in Hermetic principle of mentalism. Mentalism, the all is mind, the mind is all. So make sure you are aware of that and doing everything that you can to investigate the frameworks that you've inhabited up to this point and whether or not they're serving you. Okay, if they're not serving you, you have the power. You don't have to be bound by them. It's loose. You can escape from that. It's all in your power. You are an empowered human being that has everything they need to do so. All right, now with the with the Ten of Cups, okay, so embracing the journey and the restrictions to fulfillment. Recognize that any feelings of being trapped are often self-imposed, and that you have the power, as I said, to break free from them. The Ten of Cups is encouraging you to seek emotional fulfillment and happiness. You are deserving of that. You are deserving of joy, okay? The core emotions of fear, anger, jealousy, they're animal-based emotions that we all have, for sure, but they sort of they have such a strong energy that often people cannot, they are trapped by them, all right? But that doesn't have to be the case. We can transcend them with love, joy, enlightenment. Those are the higher emotional spectrums that are not available necessarily to the animal kingdom. Okay, the human creature does experience those, and those will enable us to experience moments of joy. Okay, and not to be just earthbound in the material plane, as associated with the fear, anger, jealousy energies. So really, just embrace the journey. That's ahead in month 6 for you, because there is a joy and abundance that is available. I think, focus on creating happiness and harmony in your relationships, in your home life. Embrace the emotional fulfillment and joy that the Ten of Cups here represents, I would say. And so, so some questions, I guess, what one can ask is, what self-imposed limitations or fears are holding me back at this time? How can I break free from these restrictions and move towards a state of emotional fulfillment? What steps can you take to create more happiness and harmony in your relationships, in your home life? Okay, these are going to be super valuable for you. And I sense a transformative journey from feeling trapped to experiencing joy and fulfillment ahead. So address the limitations of the Eight of Swords, and really embrace the emotional harmony of the Ten of Cups. I think you can navigate this month with a sense of freedom and happiness, and you have all the powers that you need. Just imagine yourself as the Eight of Swords here, recognizing the sort of the loose bindings that are currently there, and the possibility of escape from them. It's all in your power. Visualize yourself breaking free from these restrictions and stepping into the light. Now see yourself as part of this joyful family, the Ten of Cups here, surrounded by a rainbow of emotional fulfillment and happiness, and embrace the transformation from restriction to joy and harmony. That is what is ahead of you, this transformation from restriction to joy and harmony. Very powerful. All right, so before we reveal the divine message, the divine feminine oracle message here that's going to cap the reading for you today, I'd love you to go ahead and drop a moon into the comments. Let me know that this has resonated for you and you're claiming this reading here. And please drop in the comments, express the sort of messages and the insights that I've gained from this reading here today. We loved engaging with them. We do read them, and we really appreciate it. It makes us feel very close to you as you do that. So the divine oracle is Green Tara, the Buddha of enlightened action. And she represents compassion, swift action, protection. And she signifies really the power of kindness and the ability to swiftly respond to the needs of others and oneself. When you have those needs, those deep needs for healing, respond to them swiftly. Don't hesitate. Give yourself the space, the time to contemplate, to heal. And Green Tara, I think, encourages really to embrace the compassion as a guiding force, and being ready to act to bring about positive change. So what I would say throughout this is a real final message here. There are going to be moments that are very confronting. And so I would say that for the next 6 months, take away this. Let the North Star, your guiding thing, be compassion. Let that be what guides you in those moments that are confronting. If you feel a little overwhelmed, if you feel a little anxious, fearful, restricted, go to compassion. Find compassion. Put your hand on your chest, connect to your heart, connect to your higher self, connect to your inner child. Feel compassion for yourself and extend that compassion. Let it radiate out like a bright light. And I think that will be your North Star for the next 6 months. That's going to serve you really, really, really well. And have compassion for having adopted the mental patterns and restrictions and self-imposed limiting beliefs, etc., etc., etc. Have compassion for that, because they got you to where you are here today. All right? It's no good sort of berating ourselves and not being on our side and not speaking nicely to ourselves. Have compassion for yourself. Here you are. It's all good, right? It got you this far. And so I think the presence of green Tara here in your reading signifies a time to really embrace, like I said, that compassion, but also take swift, positive action. This is a period to be proactive in responding to the needs of others and yourself, and to let kindness, nurturing really guide your actions. And it reminds you of the importance of balancing peace and action, and the power of compassion in creating the positive change. Yeah. So if you found this positive, useful, encouraging here today, as I said, please go ahead, drop that moon in the comments. And thank you for trusting me, Maverick Mystic, with this reading. And I really look forward to doing this again and being of service to you again soon. Until that time, take care.